What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Flagrant 2 Patreon up. Hello, veterans of Patreon. Hello, OGs. Hello, the Army Rangers, the asshole Army Rangers in the building. Hello, new Army Rangers. Welcome.
What up?
Welcome to what we got going on over here. Now, some of you can see this video. You can see the visual. You're probably already laughing, right? Because what you're seeing, I know you think is quite absurd. But
or if you're hearing just random rubbering on the microphone.
Yeah, if you just hear rubber squeaking right on the microphone, it is rubber squeaking on the microphone. And the reason we got some rubber here, we actually have a full blow-up doll here. Female blow-up doll, Caucasian, white lady.
Of course.
Right?
Shout. Consent.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Ain't no Me Too if you ain't real. So
ain't no Me Too if it's just you.
If it's just you, ain't no Me Too.
It's just me.
That is funny. Like, if you're not real, you can't Me Too. But like, a lot of those chicks in LA are majority not real. And I feel like, what if that was your defense?
Percentage,
you're
right?
Your Honor, I grabbed her titties, but they fake. They not even real titties. Like, whose titties are they really? Like, hold on. If you don't own the tattoo on your body, if the tattoo is the art of the artist,
you don't own the likeness,
right?
The silicone is
do you own silicone?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be like Roe v. Wade. Like,
son, that's Dr. Miami that you gotta
Schulz
talk
versus
to me.
The plastic doll in 2019. We determined that this lady was 40% plastic, so if she's 40% plastic.
Yeah. We can settle, but it's going to be about 40% less than you thought. All right. So basically, I brought this here because I want us to demonstrate. I want to demonstrate the move, how it works. Okay? Because I want you guys to achieve the orgasm.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know if I just explained this. Okay.
I don't think you did. But
okay. So basically, what happened is last episode. I think it was the last Patreon episode I spoke about this mood, and I was moving. I was just mind-boggled that women haven't figured out the move, because if they had figured it out, they'd just be orgasming like crazy already. I can't believe, like, that would just be their go-to, like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
And some girls go, you got to go down on me before we have sex because that's the only way I've come. Okay, you figured that out from getting your pussy in.
Gotcha.
This is how you come from dick, right? Mm-hmm. Thank God I figured this thing out.
Listen,
right?
I looked in the fucking Patreon community
They
section.
were going crazy or what?
Everybody's like, show us the move. What's the move? Tell us the move. So, subscribers, you are in for a fucking treat.
And I know some of y'all are at work right now. I know some of y'all driving on the road. You're driving to work right now. And I know some of y'all may be at home. Some of y'all may just be doing work on your computers. You might just be chilling with a blunt, playing some video games. Here is the move. It's probably easier to see on the Patreon video. But basically what it is this, okay? Let me create some room. We have an actual full rubber doll here.
All right. I'll commentate from back here.
Can I ask you how you got the doll, or do we get that later?
Oh, we'll get to the doll later because we do have a full doll here, and there's a story with Eden. And I'm gonna.
Are you gonna put it on the table or on the floor?
I'm gonna see if the table won't break.
All right. If the table breaks, that'd
let
be the
me move
funniest.
my leg. Just
Okay, baby.
All right.
I'm gonna go wide. Is everything fine? Everything's perfect. Okay.
Are we good? Okay.
Everything's
too
uncomfortable for
Okay.
everyone.
Eden, definitely get some Instagram photos and video of this once you have the wide going. Okay. So, you are laying down. Okay.
Okay.
The girl, watch my coffee. The girl is on top. Okay. She's on top. Let's say right here. Right? Now, the knees are bent, and she's in that position where she's kind of sitting on her knees.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, you guys can see from the video?
Yes.
Fold that knee so it's like there. Now, I talked about the hooks. I talked about getting them hooks in, right?
All right, the hooks. Explain the hooks.
This is the hook, right? I'm going to put this underneath my leg just to keep it. The hook is, hold that under there right there, Akaash. The hook is getting underneath the thigh, above the knee. Underneath the thigh, above the knee. Okay? Now the hooks are in. The hooks are in. Eden, fold this knee so it's under, so it's folded regular, and you just sit here while I do it. Fold it, like, get out of the shot. There it is. Fold it. Boom. Now the hooks are in. See how now her natural inclination when you go to put the hooks in, lean forward. That's her natural inclination. She thinks she wants you close. Okay. No. You push her right back. You go stay right there. Put your hand on the flat of her chest, in between her titties. Stand her up right there. Okay?
Stand her
Once
up right
the
there.
hooks are in, just like this.
Just fully upright, like this.
Fully upright. We're making an L.
Like
90
rocket.
degree. Rocket, right?
Gotcha.
Hit her with that hezzy. Hit it with the hezzy. You just rock back and forth, okay? You rock back and forth, not up and down.
Not up and
the
down.
The mistake people make is it's up and down.
Because you think stroke, that's not it.
It's
You're
not
already
the stroke
in there.
that makes them
you
come.
gotta...
You're in them. You gotta touch that G spot.
Yes.
It's like you're fingering her with a much bigger finger, a much fatter finger, a much harder finger, which is your dick. Okay? There's no nail on your dick, nothing to scratch up or pussy walls or nothing
Smooth
like
as
that.
eggs.
Smooth as eggs. You're rocking back and forth. Keep the rock going. Hooks are in. Hooks are in.
Yeah.
She might think she got to pee. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm telling you, the squirt is gonna go, and then she's gonna come, and then keep going. After she comes once, keep going.
She's going to want to probably hop off, but that's what the hooks are for.
Yeah, but if she wants to get off, just let her off. You know?
Oh, my bad. Is that not how
Unless she's over 50% plastic. If she's over 50% plastic, you could do whatever you want.
Is that not how that works? They don't just keep going when you're still fucking them? No?
Oh, man.
So, now we're not done yet with it.
Okay.
Oh.
The sex tutorial is not over because there's something that's been plaguing my mind for, I would say, the last week and a half.
Okay.
Ever since this started, Cass.
Okay.
We were talking about the sex position, which Akaash's dick slides out the most.
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, the position that gives you the most anxiety.
Because your dick slides out.
No,
Okay?
I just can't even.
No,
it's like
that's what it was. Okay, because your dick slides out.
No, I didn't. No, all right, fair enough.
And listen, that happens, bro. Don't worry.
Akash goes, doggy.
Doggy? Oh, gosh.
And we were like, hey, you control doggy. So I've been trying to figure out how Akaash doggies, and what better to figure out how he doggies than
Right.
to
Let him
have
doggy.
our perfect.
Oh, yeah.
We have Bloisha right here.
Right.
So Bloisha's right here, and Akaash, I would like for you to get on the table.
Go for it.
No, you gotta hop right on. Let's get all the waters off.
Hop on top.
Right?
We're here to help, Akaash, just because we love you.
I want you. It's not gonna break. I was just.
He
on
was
it.
just on it. It's definitely not gonna break.
I'm on knees.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna wait in one spot.
I want you
It's less
to
waste distribution.
make sure he's in the wide. Make sure he's in the wide.
The thing that bothers me more than the vulnerability of the sex position is
that
the
she's
race of the
white.
blow-up doll.
Because it's white?
Yeah, you couldn't get a black one? God damn it.
Yo, well, we can talk about
At
that
least a
story.
racially ambiguous
No,
one.
we're gonna talk-
You're a dude.
We know that, Akaash. We know.
All right, hold on. So right now, explain to us how you get them in doggy.
Here's my issue with doggy. This
Okay.
is the dick anxiety of doggy.
Okay.
As soon as she bends over,
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything's upside down. I'm panicking. I'm just like, oh shit.
Okay.
I don't know how it looks anymore. It's all flipped. It's all reversed. What's going on? All the positions are rotating. Then I'm like, what if I stick it in the wrong hole? I'll freak the fuck out. I'll jump.
Do you hold her neck like that?
I'm mad nervous.
Hold on. Okay.
No.
So
I'm not, listen, I don't want to put. This is what also makes
Yeah.
it, okay,
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
This is what also makes it tough is I don't want to put anything about my girl out there.
But
So
I
it's all
want
gotta
you
be
to turn
about me.
around so you can face the camera.
No, this camera right here.
They're on both.
Okay, good. All right, good. So, all right, so let's go. Let's put it. So
let's
she
get-
bends over.
Yeah.
Your
Get in
knees
there.
are inside hers.
Get in there.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
Now you bend her over.
I don't.
You don't bend her over. She bends herself
You
over.
don't bend her over?
I don't like the whiteness of this dog.
Oh, gosh.
I think you should be more upset that it's a doll. That's the
He's
number
not
one
upset at
reason.
the doll at all. He's like, why is it white?
Honestly, I'm not. All right, so bend this
Okay.
bitch and-
Yeah. This leg going crazy. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
tough.
Rotate a little bit more this way towards us. Like that.
That's
Okay, good. All right. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, run a train, fam.
Go.
What you doing?
That's great. Stay in the wide.
Okay.
Just stay in the wide.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
So immediately I'm like, oh shit, it's all flipped. I start getting anxious.
Yeah.
I don't know. This I know.
Just
This,
again.
I don't.
We know you're anxious.
Okay.
Just tell us why your dick slides
So
out.
how's it
And
slip
also,
out?
When she bends over, it's even more towards you.
Yeah.
Like when she bends over, when
It's
the
like
girl
the
bends over,
booty hole is
out
like
the way now.
protecting you. Yeah, it's protecting you.
you can see pussy right there when she. Why do you think all animals fuck doggy style? Because it's harder.
No, listen. We have done this.
Talk into the mic.
We have done this.
The second you bring some pussy around this guy, he can't even do with his job, man. Isn't that funny? Look what white pussy really do to Indian dudes, bro. Have y'all freaking out. All right, so show me how you fucking it. Show me how you fucking it. Give me an example how you fuck it. Don't worry, you don't need the mic to fuck.
Okay. So I'm here.
Yeah. So you're there. Yeah.
And I'm just going. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I do. But I've only
those little strokes like that. You just little stroke it. You don't hit the big shit.
I'm not confident enough. Me and my girl have done this once, maybe twice.
Okay, once.
And
maybe
immediately
twice.
I was like, I'm out. I don't have the confidence for this right now.
Show me the stroke.
Oh,
Show
man.
me the stroke.
It's about here. It's about here.
Okay.
And now, if you really are like into it, like how do you get into it? Like if you got a yacht.
You got a yacht.
I think I just take it a little bit further.
Yeah,
and then if I'm like intense with it,
Yeah.
if I'm like in a mood,
Go.
if
Let
we
me see
did
it.
doggy a lot,
Let me see it.
I
Go.
get a little face and I just
Hit that y'all! Hit that y'all one time for the culture!
come here, Susie. Fucking Susie.
Hit that y'all!
Get this shit.
Hit that y'all! Son, get the fuck off the table, son. You gonna break the goddamn table, son. Get off. Oh my god, man. Yo, leave Bloisha out of this, bro. You are crazy, bro.
Blow to the. Eat to the.
Oh my god.
Oh, poor
Oh,
Bloisha. She
my
got
God,
train
bro.
ran on her the first time on her
Sweetie, I'm
Patreon
sorry.
podcast.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Sweetie.
That's what you get, bitch.
Y'all just really ran a train on Bloisha for Patreon subscribers.
We didn't run the. That's not the train. I thought the train is.
That's kind of a train. Well, it wasn't at the same time, so it wasn't a threesome. One
We
went
tag
after
teamed.
another.
Yeah, we tag
So,
teamed.
yeah.
I went second, which is a little demeaning, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Why you had me
hey,
go second, bro?
Come on, son. Come on, bro. It's
the
not
more
even a
desperate
question.
ones usually go at the end of the train.
All right.
Like, you can have it now.
Cass,
Sir.
how do you like to have sex?
How?
Yeah. What's your favorite move?
Do I have a favorite? Well,
Just hold on. Come on. This is a nice intimate thing. Kaz, you've been with a white woman. You should
okay.
just get her in the chair. You know?
Alright, well.
Come here, you big black stallion.
Hold on.
Alright,
But
so
Cass, what is your go-to?
my go-to move is that it's actually pretty conducive to the podcast, right?
Okay, go.
Because I like sitting, right?
Right.
So if I sit,
On a dick.
I like to turn her around like this.
Oh,
wow.
Reverser.
A reverse cowgirl. You know,
Akash, what you know about that?
Nothing.
You did
Damn.
fall right out. son.
I like to fucking just like her knees are like spread out like she broke both her ACLs.
She got
It
Oladipo
does-
knees.
She got two Oladipo knees.
Yeah, she got that Victor Cruz.
So like I like her riding, like sitting.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
Bend her over.
Yeah.
And like it sounds
Look at
kind of
that strong black hand on
sounds
the neck,
kind
bro.
of
Shit.
that's my go-to. Like once I get the long strong, like
Do you ever pump up? Do you ever pop her up a little bit?
Nah,
You ever hit her with the
grab
popcorn?
by, like the clavicles and then the back of the neck.
My man is mad Nigerian,
And then you
son.
hold
He even know the
on.
science terms for the bones and,
And
shit.
then you hold on. You gotta give her. You gotta like grab her hard enough to let her know like you're not gonna hurt her, but you're not going anywhere. That's the only thing. And that's my go-to. That's my go-to. Oh, Bloisha. You dirty slut, Bloisha.
Fucking Bloisha,
Just
bro.
ran through the whole team.
Bloisha crazy, bro. Oh my God. Son.
Well, that was sex education with Flagrant 2.
Yo, man.
That's all I
Anyway,
mean.
it's just I know that we had to share that information, and I know that y'all needed to get it, and we always got to take care of the asshole army family, especially the Rangers. the Army Rangers out here. So I hope you guys understand. If you have any questions, you can hit the video and look at the tutorial. But honestly, try that with your shorties.
Go for it.
Try that. And if I'm wrong, shit. Your dick is fucked up. Because this is a guarantee.
Women don't come as much as men come.
They come more.
They do come
with
more.
With this position, they come more.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, just on average, they don't come as much as dudes come.
Because they get in the wrong positions. They're not doing the research.
A lot, and not for nothing, a lot of dudes just don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're here for. We're here to educate the masses. Because once you can make her come,
you don't have to commit.
A lot of
you don't have to commit to shit.
There you go.
Once you can make her come, you could stretch out that friends with benefits relationship for years.
Oh, for sure.
I got a girl I've been with for 3 years, friends with benefits.
Nice.
I've been through multiple relationships of hers.
Because of the hooks.
Honestly, literally because of the hooks.
Because of the hooks.
Specifically because of the I swear to God on my life. She even sometimes complains, be like, "But you don't ever eat me out or whatever." I'm like, are you really? You are not grateful. You are not grateful for what I do for you. This is for her. It's 3 orgasms for her, 1 for me.
And that's all you need.
And this is how. Listen, first of all,
as long as you're finishing last,
bro. Let me tell you something.
You're always in the win.
I love it when she's getting interested in a guy. I could tell.
Yeah.
When she finds a new guy that she likes.
She just goes off the face of the earth for a little while.
No, she starts shaving her pussy and shit like that. Because I'll get like a good month of her dating both of us. Mm-hmm. And she's always in fucking pussy's always shaved perfect. She got her fucking makeup on from the date with him. She was just on like, I'm the best. This is the best. I'll be asking her about the date. I was like, how's the date? Everything good? He feeds you?
City.
Word, brush your teeth. Y'all eat fucking Thai food or something? Your breath smells. Stop going out to these fucking dates. Stop going out to these ethnic ass cuisines and stay on your breath.
God damn. Being a side dude is a fantastic occupation, though.
You know what?
I've been a willing.
If you have no connection emotionally.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have to have no connection emotionally, and they have to be in a relationship. You could be single.
I don't fuck girls in relationships. No. Only if they're starting to date the dude. I'm fine.
I'm saying I've been a willing side dude before.
Yeah, but don't you feel guilty that you're like in the middle of their shit?
Sometimes. Sometimes. It depends on the situation. Like, a lot of times, like, the woman will, like, rationalize why they're doing it.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, if you're rationalizing it, like, it ain't, you know. Like,
I believe you.
Yeah, like, I'm only going by your word. So I'm like, if I'm fucked up, it's only because you fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
it's definitely worse. It's definitely worse for her, but... Yeah. I don't know, for some reason, that's
like
some karma shit.
Never husbands. Never husbands.
Right.
Never husbands. Like, if y'all dating or whatever.
Why do we create those borders? Like, I was trying to explain this to this girl.
Because we're gentlemen, that's why.
Yeah, you're right. We are gentlemen. But I was talking to this girl the other day, and she got really upset at me about some things, and I was trying to explain, like, why that's a red flag.
Yeah.
You know, for me, and I was trying to explain, like, because she was upset that she was ready to take it to another place, and I was like, yeah, we've hung out like 6 times. Like,
yeah.
I need time to see what type of person you are, and if I could really work with that, right? Because I know my programming. Mm-hmm. Like, I know if I got a girl who's never happy, she's always like looking at what's wrong and always looking at what she wants, but never grateful for what she has. That fucks with me because I'm a satisfier.
That's just a bad precedent. This is a bad precedent.
But it's also specific with me, with my programming. Like, what do I do for a living? I try to satisfy. I try to please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I got a girl who's never pleased, now I'm going to be trying to please constantly, and I'm going to stop thinking about what I need to do and whatever. Mm-hmm. So when I see that shit in a girl, red flag immediately. Mm-hmm. So I try to express that to her. I was like, if you can't enjoy that we're just really having fun dating and getting to know each other right now, you're not going to enjoy when we're dating because you're going to be like, when are we married?
Yeah.
And then when we're married, you're going to be like, when are we going to have kids? And if you live our whole life with when are we, you're never going to be happy with
and don't enjoy the
now.
moment. You don't enjoy the moment. You got to live the moment, man, because one of those days, those moments are going to be in the past. And then you're like, God damn, how did shit fly by so fast?
Word.
And you're just like, fuck, well, because you didn't enjoy it when it was happening, motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
But,
so it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, trying to figure out, trying to explain. It was funny. She tried to make me jealous. It was mad funny. Girls really don't know. Fellas, and the girls that listen to Lady Assholes,
there's
I'm
two things.
I'll put you on some game,
yeah.
I'll put you on some
I'm
real
gonna follow
game.
up on that because
some
girl like tried to shoot. Women are terrible at shooting their shot.
Oh,
they're the absolute worst. Like this girl, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing how bad women are at shooting their shot. Like this girl that used to be like years ago.
Yeah.
wasn't like we were dating or anything, but like, you know, we have little interactions. I guess like she found me on like Instagram like the other day or whatever, and she was like, "Oh hey, what's up? Yada yada yada. Let's you know." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, whatever." And like, you know, I ain't tripping off that. And then she's like on some like, "Oh, so you know, how are you? Yada yada yada. How are the vibe? I think the vibe's a little different. Like, let's hang out. Let's." I'm like, and mind you, I was at work, and secondly, like, I don't want to hang out. Like, I'm dating somebody. I'm involved with someone. I don't want to hang out with you. But I didn't feel like I owed you an answer. I haven't spoken to you in years. I was just like saying,
Nothing.
"Oh, hey, good to see you."
Boom.
You know what I mean? And then she got all mad. She's like, "Oh, I guess the vibes are a little different now. I guess you've changed a little bit." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been years.
yeah, it's been years. One, it's been years. Two,
Yeah.
I'm just saying hi, being nice. And three, I'm like, that's what you lead with? Like, that's your attempt at like trying to like get me to like come like have drinks with you, hang
You
out.
wanna
all
be
that shit.
finessed.
I'm like,
Stupid.
yeah, like fool me, bitch.
You want to be
I mean,
tricked out of your dick, bro.
Yeah, like have
You're
me
really
like
a lady,
at least meet with like your other friends, and then I turn around I'm like, oh shit, fuck, I didn't know she was interested in me. At least fucking fool me, goddamn it. But if you're gonna be that dumb, like it was such a fucking turn off, and that happens a lot. Like women,
I'm not gonna front. If I'm looking for something that's purely, you know, physical, I don't mind when they leave with purely physical.
I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that they're not good at that.
Right.
I mean,
I
'cause
guess.
when I lead something
Yeah.
physical,
Yeah.
like with just men in general,
Yeah.
we gotta come up with like Mensa like
For sure.
like strategies to get women to fucking.
But that's because men are T.J. McConnells, right?
Yo,
And
that's a bar.
hot women are Joel Embiid's, right? So it's like all you need to do is be healthy.
yes,
You can get dick as long as you're healthy,
Yes.
right? Like we got to know
And even
every,
then,
even
you
then.
probably gonna get something.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I had a girl told me she had a chlamydia.
yeah. What?
Told me she had chlamydia, and then she got, you know, the serum for that
I was
shit.
about to say chlamydia is like you can get you. It's rampant, but you can
Yeah.
get rid of that in like with a pill.
I put her on the bench for a month. She got on the injury reserve
Came
for a
back.
month. Came back with a vengeance.
Came back like
You know what I mean? Now, I ain't eating that chlamydia pussy. But I can wrap it up and we can fuck.
chlamydia is like the starter kit STD. It's like when you're a teenager, chlamydia freaks you out. Like
Son, that's a Honda
in my-
Civic.
In my mid 20s and 30s, I'm like, it's just a little chlamydia. You'll be all right.
Yo, chlamydia is so popular in South Carolina. Charlamagne posted this thing that they got their own strand. They got
believe
their
it.
own
I
strand
believe
of
it.
fucking chlamydia, bro. Yo, that means your dick is burning at a certain temperature. You're like, oh, it's that Charleston.
Oh, I got chlamydia. So we don't got real
Charleston
chlamydia.
Chew.
You got South Charleston
Chew.
chlamydia.
Yo, but so this jealousy shit. Here's something about jealousy. And ladies, I'll put you guys on game for this a little bit. But fellas, if a girl ever tries to make you jealous, lean into that. They don't know what to do. Lean into the jealousy. Like this girl was talking about this dude, you know, some like pseudo celeb guy,
Okay.
whatever like that. You know, she really into climbing, and there's this like climber dude she really likes. She's like, oh my God, he's so hot. He's my cheat free pass or whatever like that. He's my pass, this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. Now, the insecure thing is to go, man, fuck that dude. He ain't shit, blah, 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 this, that, the other. Right? That's probably what I did tons of times in my life. Or it was like, oh yeah, whatever. And then try to switch the topic.
Yeah.
Now, I be leaning in, bro.
I mean, it's good to lean in on that.
I go like, I'm like, yo,
It's
y'all
two
deserve.
different type of
I go like
things,
this.
though.
I'm like, y'all deserve each other, man. Like, and I go, you know what? I kind of got a lot of followers. Maybe I could reach out and try to organize
Try to
this. And at
influence
first they play along, but if you stay in it, you stay in the paint and just keep banging. Like, nah, seriously, I bet I could hook it up because you deserve to at least have it for once in your life, bro. They fucking break and then they get angry at you. That you're not falling for their jealousy trap. They're like, why would you even? It's a joke. Aren't you a comedian? Like, you're supposed to get jokes. Da da da. I don't really want him. Obviously, I want you. I'm like, all right, I'm just saying, I'm here for you. Like, I support anything you want. You know? Now, what's up with my cheat code?
That's a very
You know what
fine
I mean?
line, though.
Now, what's up with my free date?
That's such a fine line to play, though, because man, like
Throw the lobs, B.
the only
Throw
way
the
women,
lobs.
the only way women win in the jealousy game is right after you break up. Like, don't try to out good time your ex. ever.
Oh no.
They will always fucking win. Like, always in life.
No,
like,
no. I mean, you win because you're not with them.
yeah, you win because
That's
you're
the
not with
ultimate
them.
win.
Like,
Like-
you're out partying with your boys, you're
Yeah.
thinking like you're having.
She
a
on
great
Instagram
time,
happy.
yada,
I'm
yada.
home alone happy. Right? I'm looking at that empty spot on my couch like, freedom.
I just post a picture of you with an empty spot next to you, a big smile on your face. That's your Instagram.
Yo, real talk, asshole army. Y'all gotta post the breakup challenge. the hashtag breakup challenge is just you alone doing the shit you want to do what you can with your girl.
Lil
Fuck.
Duval in the back of it, like, ain't going back and fuck with you niggas. My best life. Happy as fuck.
You on the couch
goddamn.
with Bloisha like, yo, it's lit. Who trying to play Fortnite? You not upset. Hey, Bloisha, I'm gonna play some video games. You cool with that? Uh-huh.
I'm on my players in 92 now. Wouldn't even crack the 90s when I was with this bitch.
Yo, you really can't have a 90 plus
Hell
player
no.
if you got a girlfriend, bro.
Hell no, you
Can't put in
kidding
the
me?
work.
God damn. My shit just cracked the 90.
But
Just
you
cracked.
broke up with your girl?
No. I mean, I had to do most of the work when I was single, but now that
Right.
I'm,
You had to get up.
Yeah,
shit gonna
we
drop?
good to go.
Huh? Oh, it's definitely going down now.
He's back at 85 in no time.
Absolutely. Speaking of fucking
Little ass
cheats,
titties, bro.
Speaking of what you call it,
Cheats?
not cheats, but what was it you talking about?
Can we bring it up again just so we don't have to do that as much edit for Eden? Can we play your song again?
Oh, all right, yeah. Let's play it
Because
again.
we
God
had
damn
a
it,
little
fuck.
snafu in the beginning of the thing, and we were gonna edit it back into the Patreon episode,
Yeah,
but I just
that's
want
too
to play
much
it.
work.
Let's run it
Yeah.
back.
So, yo, guys, Asshole Army, please
Big.
support.
Big.
It's a motherfucking bucket list moment for me. Like, my boy Wale, you guys know, one of my best friends. And he has a song with Elle Varner out right now. Elle Varner's first single in a number of years. It's called Pour Me. You might have known her from Refill. Might have known her from the Only One to Give It To You with J. Cole. Bunch of other shit.
Okay.
It's
They
called
don't give
Pour
a
Me.
Play that
fuck.
shit,
Play
man.
that
No,
shit,
real quick.
goddamn.
Pause.
Well, we can talk over it, right?
No, real quick. Pause.
Uh-huh.
Because we're not setting this up right. I know a lot of y'all don't give a fuck about Ella DeVarner. Who was her name?
Elle
No, I give a
Varner.
fuck.
Elle Varner.
Elle Varner.
Yeah.
Or maybe y'all don't even give a fuck about Wale. This is not about them. Kaz got a shout out in the song.
Yes.
That's what this is about.
Yes.
Okay? Kaz got the shout out. Kaz's name is in a rap song. Think about
I
it.
know there's thousands of people
Think
listening
about
to this right
that.
now, and it's like, man, if I ever got shouted out in a
In
rap
fucking
song,
legit rap song by legit rapper. Now listen, this guy's having a hell of a year, okay?
This is true.
He's been in his favorite TV show growing up, which was, I imagine, Raw.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. He's been in it,
Yeah,
and now he's in a rap song,
this is true.
okay?
This is true.
Now we're going to
And
play
that was
the
in the
song.
Bumble ad.
Damn, son. And I gave you the sex move to make these bitches come. You are fucking lit
Kind
this
of on a
year,
roll
bro.
right now.
Kaz on a roll.
God,
Got a
we're really
relationship,
winning,
though.
bro. Akash
got
out
a-
here with a mansion in India with all his fucking shopper's shop money. You know, Eden got to quit his what's it called job so he could come work with us.
Oh man, what a life.
I got
What
a
life.
mustache almost. Yo, we really winning out here, bro.
Yo, bruh.
I almost got a mustache now.
Let's play this
All right,
goddamn
play this joint.
song. Let's hear it.
When we get
Akash and I are gonna
Oh yeah, I'm hearing. I'm talking.
Don't
I'm
put it
talking.
too close to the
Yeah,
mic
yeah,
because we don't want to get that.
Yo,
we won't.
nobody hear this bitch. Where Wale at?
Akash and I are gonna run straight on this while you.
Yeah.
Who getting taken
Wait,
care of?
listen.
Hold on. You heard
There it is. Oh, let's run it back. Run it back.
Okay, yeah.
I'm good. I'm here chilling.
Hold on.
Let's go. Here it comes. Yes, bitches. Go fucking stream Pour Me on everything. Tidal, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. Where the fuck you listen to your song? Pour Me, Elle Varner and Wale.
Elle Varner.
Elle Varner.
Elle Varner.
Yeah. You
Okay.
don't remember Elle Varner from back in the
No,
day?
man. I don't give a fuck about no bitch.
Can I get a refill? That song?
No,
Remember that song?
bro. No, bro. Don't
You don't
nobody
remember,
give a fuck
Eddie,
about
you remember
this bitch.
Refill? Elle Varner, J. Cole? I was just
Keep
want to
on.
give it to you.
Hey, she fat, bro.
No, she's bad. She's bad.
She's bad?
She's bad. She's a bad chick.
You know, bad chick asking for refills, man.
Bro.
Right? Someone out there
Bro.
trying to get her drunk. Like, trust me,
I
asking
mean,
permission. May I have some more Douce,
She had,
please?
she had
Nah,
a
she
project
asked
called
for a refill.
Conversational Lush, and it's like about how she loves
The Kockenspiel?
smack. Yeah. I mean, she's
Let me see.
She's a gorgeous
see.
woman.
Let me see.
Gorgeous woman.
Oh, she cute, man.
bro.
She
Oh,
cute,
here you go.
man. She cute.
Elvana's a bad joint, bro.
She cute.
Childish
man.
Gambino shouted her out in the fucking album, in the songs like Elvana got a crush on her. Anybody got time for that?
Donald Glover don't got a
That's it.
crush on no black bitch.
She's very
Yo,
light.
stop
She's very
fucking
light.
lying. That's
And
still
her
too
first
dark.
name is Elle.
That's
She
still
got
too
a lot
dark.
of Caucasian. Oh, she's very light, bro.
Bro, she's gorgeous, bro. She is
Chance
gorgeous.
needs to fuck like Gossip Girl white. Like, white.
Who's that?
Chance,
the
no,
rapper.
it's not Chance. Childish Gambino, my
Childish.
bad.
Ch-
Chance's
yeah,
girl
my
is
fault,
black.
same
Chance's
shit.
wife is black.
Uh,
But just stop this. Got a
Alright.
crush on L.
I know.
Anyway,
hold you.
congratulations, my
Thank
dude.
you,
I
bro.
appreciate you, man. So big salute to you. Keep it tight.
yes, sir.
Shall we get into it, boys
Get
and girls?
into it.
Here's something that happened today. We're recording this Wednesday night, and I'd like to get into this if we possibly can.
Let's do it.
Today's Wednesday night, and James Harden has just scored 61 points against the Knicks.
1 point away from the Garden record.
1 point away from the
Held
guard record
by
set by.
Kobe.
El
Right?
Melo.
Oh, I thought Kobe
I
said
thought Kobe.
that.
Kobe has 61. Most points by a visiting player.
Gotcha.
Melo has 62.
Okay, so now I have a season tickets to the Knicks that I share with a couple buddies. My buddy hits me up earlier today. He says, "Schulz, do you want to go to the Rockets game tonight? Rockets Knicks." That's how bad the Knicks are that we call
Go
it
to the
the
Rockets.
That's
opposing
that's when
team's
you know you trash.
Yeah. Now, I go, wait, we didn't sell the tickets? He goes, no, they haven't sold.
Wow.
Now, I go, you know what? I got my intramural game today. I don't really care to watch James Harden, and I think I'm going to pass. A few hours go by, still hasn't sold them. He goes, you sure you want to come?
Damn.
Lowers the price way down. Finally, we sell for a loss, big loss.
Can we give us like a ballpark percentage, like half?
Half off probably.
God damn.
And we have good tickets. We have seats. I think we're in the 112 section. Solid.
Let me get them Mavs tickets, bro.
Yes, obviously. Yeah, you can pay for them.
Yeah,
Um,
obviously.
with all your fucking merch money. So I'm thinking about this, right? As he texts me a little thing. He's, drop 61. We were watching a game right outside, Kaz and I. And I'm like, wait a minute. James Harden is a superstar,
Who's the reigning MVP?
the reigning MVP, that cannot fill seats. The reigning MVP comes to the Garden. We're not talking about Cleveland. We're not talking about Indiana. We're talking about the Garden. MSG sells out every single game. Okay, we don't have that much problem moving tickets. We shouldn't have a problem moving tickets. When the stars come in, when LeBron's here, sold.
Yeah, not a question.
Do you know what I mean? When
Even Giannis.
when
Giannis
Boston
comes in.
comes, sold. When Giannis comes in, sold. Easy to sell. Easy to sell. But James Harden, who's on this massive scoring streak, and we can't sell the tickets. Now, is there something else going on in Manhattan today? No. Just a Wednesday night game. Why is that?
They even had T-Pain at halftime.
They even had T-Pain at fucking
Performing,
halftime,
yeah.
right? Why is it that the tickets don't sell? And I'm thinking it's the same reason why I didn't want to go. He's not fun to watch.
No.
He's on the free throw line, 22 from 25 from the free throw line. These little step back threes. The game is complete ISO ball. None of his other teammates are involved. Now tonight ended up being very exciting at the end, but
Because of Alonzo Trier.
because of Alonzo Trier dropping 31 and 10. But the point being, James Harden is a star that has no draw. He's a hot chick with no personality. He's a hot chick that can't, real talk, he can't keep a man, one of these hot chicks,
Yeah.
right? And it just hit me tonight. Is it worth it? A guy who's not good enough to win you a championship, but also not exciting enough to sell tickets.
You know what? I think
I will say give him time.
give him time. That's a great point.
How much
That's what I was
time
gonna
are we
get.
getting?
No.
So my
Here's,
shit is like, I think now,
Hold on.
like if you look at like Giannis, when Giannis comes to the Garden now,
Yeah.
it's always a show.
Oh,
because
no,
a
I
couple
don't-
of years ago, when he had the game winner, when he had dunked over Hardaway, like he's had his Garden moment already. So now it's like hyped up, like oh shit, Giannis is coming to the Garden. What's gonna happen? When Kobe dropped 60, and granted, like he was already Kobe
Yeah.
already. Every time, ever since he dropped 60,
I don't
like,
agree with
Kobe's
that.
back in the Garden.
James Harden, he's been scoring 30 points in however many 30 straight games and reigning MVP.
Yep.
If he hadn't done enough to sell tickets at this point,
He's not going to do anything.
my thing was give him time to win a chip.
Okay.
That's fair. I respect that, and maybe they end up finding a way to win a championship.
I don't know if he'll get you multiple.
I
think he can get you one.
Maybe he gets you one. Maybe he gets you that sneakier, like
Yeah.
what happened with the Rockets, like what happened with the Detroit Pistons.
Dirk.
I
Dirk.
gotta disagree.
But real quick,
I gotta
right?
disagree.
So here's the thing that we have to address. Regardless if he wins one or not, never have we seen someone put on a scoring display that was this incredible and this boring.
This unexciting.
He had 36 at half, and they were losing.
Dude, just boring. Watching him is boredom. And it reflects the ticket sales. And now, if you're an owner of a team, you're not thinking like Andrew Schulz, who's a season ticket holder. You're thinking about 20,000 people that go to these games, or 17,000 people, or whatever. And you know the numbers. Don't think that these owners don't talk to each other. These owners call each other and they're like, hey, Rockets came in with your MVP that can't sell out a stadium. Hey, the Rockets came in. Something's got to give. If you can't win the championship and your game is boring, unexciting to watch,
I don't know, man. Like, I think
are you a superstar?
having that moment in the Garden does do something, and tonight was that moment, right? I do believe this time next year it'll be a bigger deal. I think people will want to come. I remember that game before the Warriors really like took that leap. Steph Curry had that one game in the Garden where he went off for like 50. He did that fucking Harlem Shake down the fucking court or whatever. And then every Warriors game after that was like, we got to go. It was a big fucking deal.
We've
It was on
been
sports
and I'm
all
telling you,
that
just because we've had these tickets for years, we've been selling these tickets out for the Warriors for years, bro.
shit. Yeah.
For years, they've been going quick.
Dog,
man.
Knicks fans are basketball fans. They're not just Knicks fans. You
Very
don't have
true.
to just come to the Garden to show out.
Very
Luka
true.
gonna move tickets, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But he hadn't been to the
I
Garden
wanna
and
go
shown
watch
out
Luka
yet.
when he gets
But he
there.
hasn't. Where's his Garden moment? You don't need a Garden moment to sell out
need to
the
be
Garden. You
interesting.
need NBA moments typically, because y'all are as dumb as I think Knicks fans are when they root for the Knicks. They do know the game of basketball,
Yeah.
and they
Like,
appreciate good
well,
basketball.
exactly.
We're definitely
we
not
just appreciate
fair
good
weather
basketball.
fans because we haven't had any fair weather in years, right? We're in this because we love the
Yeah.
fucking team
Yes. Yeah.
and we love the game. And there's something about Harden's game that gives off an allergic reaction, man. Like, nobody scoring this much should be this boring. Nobody scoring this much should get this much criticism. When Kobe was out there just devouring defenses, right? We were celebrating the fuck out of Kobe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this dude was a super
Kobe was getting
star.
MVP chance. If you're getting MVP chance in the Garden, that's when you're that guy.
You know who
LeBron
James-
was getting
MVP.
chance. Kobe was getting MVP chance in the Garden.
You know who James Harden is? It's like if the Spurs never won championships. That's what James Harden's Rockets are. Like if Tim Duncan's Spurs never won championships. Hey, this guy's a great player. This is a Hall of Fame player. We're gonna be talking about this guy.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, it's boring to watch. And the whole premise of their team is offense.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking brutal with the goddamn free throws.
As soon as he gets the ball, everybody just fucking stops.
Dude.
And Harden starts with the.
He's one of the few
You know what he
superstars.
is? He's like a pet cat. That's James Harden, right?
It's really good.
It's like you're giving it all this attention and you get nothing back.
And the free throw line is his scratching post.
Really, and he just stays at that
batting
fucking
away.
screen, slapping the ball, playing with the laser pointer, and you're like, "Hey, come here, can I pet you?" And like, I don't know, maybe not. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have that, dude. Watching Giannis, that's a fucking golden retriever right there. That's a lab. There's so much
He's a
love and
freak.
affection that you're getting
He's
from
a
it.
freak.
It
Like,
feeds you watching it, though.
yeah. Mhm.
It feeds you watching
There's
certain guys.
dunks. There's intensity. There's fucking
Even Luka was fun.
athleticism.
Watching Jason Williams was fun. You wanted to go watch these players, even if their team sucked. You want to watch them.
Luka's gonna be that guy. Like when I don't know if they played in the Garden yet, but if he does, when he does, that's gonna be a show.
All I'm saying is it's something that needs to be talked about with Harden. You can call me a Harden hater all you want. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it definitely needs to be talked about. It's worthy of discussion. But I do believe after you have those moments in MSG, the next time you come back, it's a big fucking deal. It's like the last time James Harden was here, he dropped 61.
I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, no one can. Well, he might move a few more tickets because 61 is the fucking record.
Yeah.
But
The
if it
Garden
takes you
sells out
tying the
every
visiting
game.
record, tying Kobe, and he's still not gonna sell like Kobe.
Yeah.
Giannis, you really think Giannis should sell more tickets anywhere than
I
James
mean, I
Harden?
also do think it helps that Giannis is Greek and like there's a big Greek contingent in New York, especially in Midtown.
Shut
so.
the fuck up, Cash.
It's
Jesus
true.
Christ.
Let me ask you a question.
It's fucking true.
Jesus
it's true.
Christ.
When he goes anywhere, there's always a big.
Who would you
fucking
rather
Greek-
watch? Take
It was the
assuming he's
same
not
shit
Nigerian.
with Jeremy Lin. When Jeremy Lin was the shit.
Yeah, but they're
everywhere
different
he went, there
players,
was-
dog.
He's not wrong. When I
How's
was
that
in
different?
Toronto, there was like a whole Greek section, and
Yeah.
Sure, there's a Greek section, but who would you rather watch? Say Giannis isn't originally Nigerian. Say he's somebody you
Yeah.
hate, like some poor African country, fucking Rwandan or something.
Okay.
You gonna watch Giannis or James Harden?
I'm gonna watch Giannis.
I'm gonna watch Giannis.
I'm watching Giannis.
Who you gonna
Yeah.
watch?
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
That's the
I
point.
just don't think that he has an exciting game, and there's empirical evidence for it because in the city that sells out every single game, this is New York City, we had to give away tickets to see James Harden. You should never have to give away tickets to a superstar. You should never have to give away tickets to an MVP.
It's supposed to be a hot ticket. It's supposed to be sold
If
out
Jordan
weeks
is coming in,
advance.
is it sold out? Let's go through MVPs.
Oh, man,
if
we
Jordan's
can't sell
coming in,
Jordan.
hey, if Steve Nash is coming into your city, it's sold out.
If Russell Westbrook is coming in, is it sold out?
Hell yeah. Matter of fact, I want to have a Russell Westbrook conversation because as much as I shit on his game, we have to protect Russell at all costs. We have to protect him at all costs because he don't give a fuck about this. Hey, we all played in AAU together. Let's be friends and hop
Yeah,
on the
it's
banana
true.
boat. Hey, do you guys want to share Merlot in my Los Angeles apartment later? Let's get on Instagram and tell some funny stories about back in the day. This we're all buddy shit that LeBron and his friends do, which is cute and great.
I have a point I
awesome.
want to add to the end of this.
Please
though.
do.
Go ahead.
But which is cute, fun, adorable, awesome. But the reality of the fact is, I like seeing Dame and Russell Westbrook curse at each other while Dame
great.
is taking free throws.
was
I
great.
like the NBA when they hated
I've
each
been
other.
busting your ass for 8 years.
8 years.
I've been
Rock the
busting your ass.
motherfucking baby,
I'm like-
son. Because now motherfuckers are trying to rock the baby on him. Evan Turner rocked the baby on him. And it's a fight. It's a dynamic. It's like having Broner. He's Broner. He's what we wanted from Broner.
Yeah.
If Adrian Broner could actually
It was
box,
actually good.
that's Russell Westbrook. He talks that shit. He will dunk on your fucking mouth and he'll rock you to sleep. We need to protect that
And you know
motherfucker at
what
all
it is?
costs.
And you
Because
know what?
otherwise,
Some
everybody's
people-
just going to be doing
He's
secret
throwback.
handshakes.
He's
And
throwback.
What were you
know
saying? What was your point?
I was gonna say this though. As much as we talk about the banana boat friendship, you know, I thought about earlier the fraudulence of the banana boat. Melo came to play with Chris Paul. Isn't that half the banana boat?
That's true.
Chris Paul within a week was like, "Get this motherfucker out."
Can we be honest? How often you share a banana with someone? That's not a fruit you share. That's your banana. You know what I mean? You bite the top of it. What part am I going to give you?
Yeah.
So this idea that they're going to be sharing shit is bullshit. It's just rich people who want to be around other people who share their problems so they can complain. That's all the banana boat was.
It's a banana friendship.
It's a banana. We all got max deals. All right, let's hang out. Because who's LeBron really going to hang out with? Richard Jefferson begging for another year? Hey, LeBron, come on. I'll go to whatever city you go
Those are
to.
the only people you can hang out with where the check comes and they're like, "All right, who's got this?"
Exactly. Let's split it.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
all got money.
Yeah.
LeBron out here with the fucking Sisyphus, what's his name?
Matthew Dellavedova eating with him.
Come on, Matthew
Now he got to
Dellavedova.
send 80% of his money back home.
Looking at the wine
Bill
list
Walls.
what y'all getting? Which one?
Like, that wasn't the price on the online menu. Oh my god, damn.
You got an appetizer wine list?
Can y'all accept
on, bro.
Groupon?
Yeah. Well, what, dude, come on. So I get that, but I think we need to protect.
Nah, Westbrook is throwback.
He's throwback, and he really creates interesting, like we talk about football, storylines in
Yeah.
the league.
And honestly, so does Giannis. Giannis is another person who's like, they invited him to come work out in fucking Lifetime Athletic with like Westbrook, and
He said, nah.
he was like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "I'm not gonna work out with those guys. Like, they gonna know what I've been working on."
Giannis wants it, man. That motherfucker wants to
I
be
respect it.
great, and I love it.
Let's have him want it. Another person that comes to mind, and he's fucking annoying, but you gotta respect him as a heel, is Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the marketing of the league. We need these guys for the value of the sport. The casual fan loves some drama.
James Harden should be a heel.
He should be a heel.
He got to turn. You know, in wrestling,
Son,
when a character's uninteresting, you turn him heel.
Yes.
James Harden got to do a heel turn.
And you know who he is? Who was that guy? It was always like the heel would always, back in the day, I think this is 90s, the heel would always be a pretty motherfucker that was like into how pretty he was. And he was always doing his hair, and he wasn't a gritty go get it. Who are these guys that I'm
like
thinking
Shawn
of?
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, keep
fucking
going.
The pretty boy, the model Rick Martel.
That's
Is that the
No,
blonde
yeah.
hair guy that I'm thinking about?
No, you're thinking of
Short blonde hair.
Short blonde hair. Short blonde hair. Short blonde hair. Not Ric Flair.
No.
You're thinking of
Okay,
Sting.
get to the point.
Anyway, I
Point
get
is,
what you're saying.
we'll go. I'll figure out exactly. And not
Goldust?
Gold, not Goldust. Maybe there's somebody else I'm thinking of. Anyway, point is that I hate this motherfucker because he says he's pretty, and he is usually kind of pretty. He's not the most pretty, but he's kind of
He's
pretty.
letting you know that he's pretty.
But he's letting you know he's pretty, and he gets the job done. You can't deny that he gets the job done. Harden could sell tickets if he would just shit on these motherfuckers. Talk that shit every
You know, an example
game.
in wrestling, I remember I watched for like 2-3 years and I saw The Rock come up.
Yeah.
I remember when he was Rocky Johnson,
Perfect
he was just
example.
like a guy who was like kind of nice. Then they had him turn into a bad guy. Then he started calling himself The Rock, People's Eye, and he was just shitting on everybody. Doesn't matter what your name is, just an asshole.
Love it.
Then he got so good at that, we loved him as the asshole.
Yeah.
But that was the
They didn't
heel
change
turn.
his character at all. They
Heel
just
turn
were
changed
like-
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
James Harden needs a heel turn.
He definitely
He
does.
needs something to make me give a fuck.
He is a dick.
Yeah.
Let's get under
needs that
people's
moment.
skin.
He needs that moment.
He
you
doesn't
know?
have a Steph energy to him. You don't look at him and be like, wow, this is the sweetest, nicest guy in the world. You look at him and be like, hey, he's kind of sassy. Right? Like,
Yeah.
he's kind of sassy.
Yeah.
Look at even the way he dresses. He dresses like a heel wrestler.
Like
He
he
walks
comes, yeah,
sassy.
he has the fucking super loud clothing
Pretty hot and
on,
glamorous.
like,
That's
fucking-
it. Mad glamorous.
Yeah, yeah. I guess pretty hot and glamorous. God damn, that's great.
Anyway, it's just something that we should consider when even when we're annoyed.
how do you
with
turn
Westbrook.
him into a heel though? Like
I
has
think
to,
he
like-
just has to lean into it. He has it. He suppresses it.
somebody has to like ask him a question. He has to like have a fucking. He has to have an epic press conference.
Yeah,
You're the
shit on
wrestling writer.
everybody.
Tell us, how do you turn Harden into the heel?
Epic press
Imagine
conference moment.
with when he
Epic
says
press
what?
conference moment. Somebody has to ask him about either going for the MVP or gunning or whatever, and he's got to shit on his teammates and be like, "Hey, listen, if I ain't taking the shots, who the fuck else will?"
I'm saying shit on other
All right, yeah.
other teams. Steph,
no,
yeah,
even-
Steph,
even other
whatever.
teams,
Steph
yeah.
is cute. Who cares?
I'm telling you, the good heel turn is when you throw your teammates under the bus because why? They have no choice but to follow your fucking lead.
I mean, that is interesting.
no
I like
fucking
that
choice.
play. So he shits on his team, goes out there, continues to get buckets.
Jordan used to do it. Kobe used to do it. All these guys used to do it. It's like, hey, Melo used to do it. Like, yo, you see me out here. You see me putting up 65 points a game. We're winning by 4 points against the fucking Knicks. Who else is going to take these fucking shots? You know what I mean? Like, what else are you going to do? Well, you shit on the teammates. You throw them under the bus. Or if in coach speak, that's firing up your teammates. But really, you're shitting on them. You're throwing them under the bus.
I love that. He puts up all these shots, goes blah 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 for 5 for 20 from
Put up
3-point
61
line.
and they won against 4 points.
Won 4 against the
Knicks.
and then they go, do you think that you're shooting too many threes? You think you're shooting? And then he goes, who else you want to take your shots?
And even better,
Literally says that in front of his teammates or whatever. Who else is going to take him? If you're the coach
I'd hit him with
and
the
you're
Anton
drawing up
Walker
a play,
line.
what was that? What is it?
perfect Anton Walker line was they asked him, like, why do you take so many threes? He's like, because there's no
only
fours.
So good.
That's such a great fucking line.
we got to cook up some bars for Harden because he can be a draw.
Yeah.
Because it can turn into Mayweather. Mayweather's style was never exciting for people who didn't understand boxing.
Correct.
The average fan hated his style, but they watched to watch him lose.
It was a show.
So we have to make people watch Harden to watch him lose, watch Harden to watch his ass get busted, watch Harden to see someone try to cross him over. That will ignite a flame.
And you know what's funny is eventually, just like in wrestling, you'll start to like him.
Then you start to love him.
He goes through enough
Yeah.
playoff losses, you're going to be like, I've seen this guy get humbled enough. I'm rooting for this motherfucker. It's kind of like Westbrook.
Yep.
Back in the day, I mean, I think KD leaving also helped it, but like we all hated Westbrook and loved KD.
'Cause he's
Yeah,
like,
Westbrook just won us over, man. Just relentlessly stayed the same, relentlessly fought, and eventually you're like, yeah, I like this guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, authenticity always wins.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We appreciate authentic people because they calm us.
yeah, the reason why a lot of people don't like Westbrook is because they're like, yo, KD's obviously the better player. You're fucking going gung-ho and taking the ball out of this guy's hands where it should be in his hands. KD eventually leaves, goes to a fuking super team. Westbrook stays the fucking course. He's like, I'm not fucking leaving. Like, I'm gonna make this team a fucking contender.
Yeah.
He wins the MVP, averages triple-double, does whatever the fuck needed to do to make that. And then, he wins people over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sold on him as a player. Neither am I sold on Harden as a player. But as personalities, Westbrook is wildly important. We need that energy in the league. Joel Embiid is wildly important. We need that energy in the league. And Harden is wildly boring, and we do not need that energy in the league. And he has to make a change. He has to make a real change if he
Should've threw a
wants to be
punch.
a marquee.
Should have threw a punch on opening night. He should have threw a punch.
He don't got it. You know he don't got it. He's the guy who would. You know who he is in wrestling? He's the guy who, like, when the guy is arguing with the ref, goes and grabs a chair, knocks him over the head with it, and then pins him, and then runs out of it. Like, he wins on cheap shit.
And then, he moves the chair out the way.
Tucks out of the way.
Like,
Exactly.
Ooh,
That's his game, is cheap shit. Like, I'm on the line because I, like, find a way to get fouls. Like, it's
cheeses
just
the game.
Exactly. So
It's like
we got to hate
when you know that one play in Madden that always gets 60 yards?
Yep.
That's James Harden.
Yep. Without a doubt.
Cheesing the fuck out of the game, man.
All right. What else?
What we got, Akaash?
Boogie is back.
I don't
You care about that?
No.
What else? Victor Oladipo.
Should we talk about billions? Injury Broner and Pacquiao?
We can. I didn't watch the fight. I love Adrian Broner, the energy
I watched all
he
the
brings.
sideshows. I didn't watch the fight.
Yeah,
either.
I just love the energy he brings to boxing and to fighting in general. It sucks he's not as good at fighting as he is at hyping a fight.
Yeah.
He is an amazing promoter. He has bars for days. He is delusional in his ability, but he's just incredible at getting people interested in a fight.
Yeah.
Every fight that he's involved in is fun in the build-up. He's so exciting. It just
He will
sucks
do
that he
anything to sell a
sucks.
fight.
He really
He'll
will.
do anything to sell a fight.
He's just not that good, and that's just the fucking bare minimum of what this is. Just not that good.
Pacquiao, do you know anything about? I heard he looked very impressive. You think he's back on the juice?
I think no. Actually, I don't think he's on the juice because I looked at his body and his body looked quite simple.
Okay.
I don't think he's on the juice, but I don't think that.
You think Broner is just that bad of a boxer?
Yeah, I think Broner's like really. We think he's a higher
Trash.
tier than he is. He's actually, I would say, like lower level of the superstar boxers.
Because he's wanted to be Mayweather's Mr. Me Too, like, as long as I've known him. And he's just not as good as Mayweather.
He's just not.
And to the naked eye, to somebody like me who's a casual fan and just
Right.
kind of watches boxing, and he's just as flashy, talks probably more shit than Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
Talks
You're
more,
like, oh,
boxes
yeah.
less.
Yeah.
That's when I realized. When I realized he wasn't actually good, is when he started going at Floyd. Because now he kind of like talks shit to Floyd, right? Whereas before,
They're in and out relationship.
for them to be in and out,
yeah.
that's when the first time they went out, I was like, oh, Broner can't be that good. Like, he's getting desperate. That's how I read it. And I'm no boxing expert at all, but I just
Yeah.
read that as desperation. I was like, oh, you reaching now.
Yeah, they've always had an interesting relationship, as Floyd does with most of his friends, 50 Cent, like all
Yeah.
that. But like, what someone told Broner was that if he looked impressive against Pacquiao, he was going to get the Floyd fight. And they could have promoted the fuck out of that
Oh,
fight.
for sure.
I don't think you can promote an interesting Floyd Pacquiao again. I don't
Right.
think Pacquiao's that interesting, especially if he's not knocking people out. And Floyd is old, and who gives a fuck?
I'm going to still watch, though.
But Broner versus Floyd, whoo, that would have been a fun 24/7.
I still would watch. I'd still watch both of those fights.
I mean, I'm
I'd watch
a
it.
Floyd fan.
Yeah,
But what I'm
yeah.
saying is, like, for the sport, two American guys going at it, flashy,
Yeah.
good. I mean, it'd be so much fun.
Only in America.
Seeing them in a fucking
Well,
press
yeah.
conference together,
God
but he
damn.
couldn't do it. He
Can't hold
couldn't
up
pull
his
it
end of
out.
the bargain. It seems like the fucking moral. It seems like the fucking running thing with his entire career.
Couldn't do it.
Just like writing checks that his ass can't cash.
Exactly.
Like, that's it.
Just can't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Akaash.
This is something that Andrew, I know you wanted to bring up. Cardi B in the Super Bowl.
Okay, here's my question for you guys. So Cardi B's like, I'm not going to perform at the Super Bowl. I'm not going to do the Pepsi halftime show because I support Cap.
Okay.
And then she goes,
Oh boy.
I'm going to, well, she doesn't say it, but apparently she's going to be in a Pepsi commercial that airs
During the
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is there any conflict of interest there?
I don't
Is
think
she,
I think so.
so. I mean, I think she.
well, each of you guys respond.
You go.
If you say I'm not going to support the NFL, but then you are in a commercial that pays the NFL millions of dollars for 30 seconds,
Good point.
how are you not supporting the NFL?
Good point.
When you cancel R. Kelly, you cancel R. Kelly. You're not listening to anything that makes R. Kelly money. That's woke shit, right? Cancel. I think it's ridiculous. But if you're going to cancel the Super Bowl essentially and say, I stand with Cap, you're not going to stand with Cap and then pull Pepsi into you and then bring them both to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think it makes a lot of sense.
No, I agree. I mean, like, from what I heard, I think like Beyonce's in the commercial too, and it's supposed to be like in the same vein of some fucking not like some cap shit, but like some
Woke shit.
Yeah, some woke shit.
Right.
Basically. At the same time, it's like you're not necessarily supporting the NFL. That Pepsi commercial is going to be aired a lot of times after the Super Bowl too, so it's like, are you really supporting the NFL? You're just like, you don't want to be at the actual event.
How
I don't
about
know.
this, right? How about this? She never says anything about.
And on top of that, the halftime show doesn't pay. This commercial pays.
Oh, absolutely. And she could do both.
Yeah.
But I guess this is my theory. Like, I've seen her be hyperactive on social media recently about liberals and conservatives, and like out of nowhere, she's like hyperactive and like going at Tommy Lahren and these types of things. And I think you reach certain stages in your career, especially when you have kids, but also you have a level of success where you want to give back and do what's right and figure out what the right thing to do is. Completely understand that. I myself feel it. You know what I mean? And I'm not even close to as successful as Cardi B, but I still feel like a social responsibility.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That being said, there's the skeptic in me. Yeah, we can put that. Actually, that's a good place for it.
Oh, look at that land.
That's great.
Perfect.
The skeptic in me is looking at it like, is this how you avoid backlash for doing a Super Bowl commercial after you made a big deal about why you weren't going to do the halftime show? Should I get ahead with the woke stuff now so I'm woke Cardi, so when you see my Super Bowl commercial that's also woke, it fits the same vein, but it's still in the Super Bowl, you'll focus more about my wokeness and less about the fact that, like Akaash said, you did a commercial that paid the NFL millions of dollars.
The fact that it's a woke commercial helps. I think if it was just a regular commercial, she would have wanted to be woke right after. Because then as soon as they see one thing you don't like, they forget everything you've done. But if it's a woke commercial, it might still fit. It might still get a pass. It is weird, though, that Cardi B is...
That is weird. It's a little weird. Like,
We never wanted you for this. I think that's a tough pivot to go from essentially a caricature of a Bronx bitch to woke spokesperson.
Which is...
That's a tough pivot to pull off. She gonna fall at some point, I think.
I mean, for the most part, she's the reason why it's working for her is because she's not trying to be.
We've seen it fail on
politically
much
correct.
more intelligent people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'm not trying to name names or whatever, but like we've seen it fail and much more intelligent people have tried it.
See, I'm with you 100% on that. I just think Cardi plays dumb. I think Cardi's often the smartest person in the room.
I don't know. I'm not saying she's dumb. I don't know.
Plays.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying.
I agree. She plays dumber than she is, and I agree she's probably pretty smart. But this is...
She's not necessarily politically savvy, but she's smart in terms of she understands humans. She understands humanity. She understands how people interact. And I think she knows exactly... She has a strategy here. She's not just on Twitter like, this is how I feel today.
Yeah.
There's, like we always say about
So her
LeBron,
woke shit has
everything
an
has
angle.
a purpose.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So my feeling is she's getting ahead with the woke shit in preparation for any backlash she'll get.
You think the woke shit dies down after? Like her being woke? Because if she's going to try to be woke, that's where I'm saying it's a tough pivot.
I mean, the shit started with like the whole government shutdown type of thing, and like just her just going off on Instagram, and then people reacting to that. And I think like senators went to like retweet what she was saying because she was basically speaking the language of certain folks that can't really articulate themselves that well. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're trying to get a message out to teens and like young people, and like you need a spokesperson and you don't gotta pay him, and they just put it on Instagram, and you're a senator trying to do that type of shit.
Yeah. Can I ask a
Cardi
question?
B's the person you want.
Let me ask a question here. We're so concerned about these people that are not losing their jobs, but they haven't gotten
Not getting paid,
for a month, right? These are all people who have government jobs. It's all people who have health care. It's all people who make a living that is pretty much fucking guaranteed. A government job, you gonna get your money. These are all people who can get a credit card because of that. These are all people who can potentially live on credit until they end up getting their job back, which they will, and they will get paid for the time that they were working when they weren't there. Like, we're acting like this is this big, horrible catastrophe, where it's like they're going to make a deal in, let's say it's 2 months. A deal's going to happen. You're going to get a 2-month check in one fucking day, pay off anything you do. You can literally tell your landlord right now, you can be like, yo, I work for the government. You know they're gonna pay us. Just wait until I get the bread, and then I'm gonna pay you the second I do. We're acting like this is way bigger deal than I think it is.
The thing is, you're right in theory.
Yeah.
But you're forgetting, and you can say it's their fault or not, but how many people live check to check?
Yeah.
And when you don't have a check for a month, there's a lot of people who are like, yo,
about
what
credit?
the fuck am I gonna do?
What about credit?
People ain't got good credit.
Even then, the credit card, yeah, you might have a high credit limit, whatever. Even then, the credit card is like 20% interest. So if you can't pay that, $5,000 and next month becomes, $6,000 or whatever, however the interest works.
That's a good point.
It does build. And in theory, you're right. Everybody
point.
should, but the reason I didn't have to borrow money from you is because I had enough saved up for 9 months.
Good point.
I put aside 9 months when I was making money. I said, I'm good here. But most people don't do that. Also, if you got kids and shit, that 9 months, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Let me just feed these kids. We'll worry about the 9 months.
No,
when the
that's a
9
good
months
point.
comes.
You're living check to check. Now you have kids. Now you have mouths that need to be fed. You're dipping into saving. Listen, it's a horrible inconvenience. Do not get me wrong.
Right.
It's an absolutely horrible I feel for anybody who loses their job.
Right.
I also do feel like it's being politicized a bit.
I can agree
Of
with
course
that.
it's being politicized.
But
It's
if you are-
it's a political thing.
Yeah.
It's a super political climate, too. Everything's getting politicized. But if you're a liberal, in theory, isn't this great? This is 1 month of Trump not being able to do anything. This is 1 month of the Republicans not being able to do anything.
Right.
Just hold out. Let this government shutdown go till 2020 when we can elect Kanye.
What jobs are affected? Like who's not getting paid?
I think TSA, I know, is not getting paid.
TSA,
Right.
They weren't really.
IRS.
IRS can stay shut the fuck
Yeah.
down as far as I'm concerned.
The office is right, and the only reason I know is like the office is right by my apartment. I walk down, there's like we're currently closed because the government shut down.
I assume
was like,
any
oh, shit.
federal government employee, I don't know about state, but I assume if you have a job with the federal government.
What about FBI?
Yeah, actually, FBI, U.S. Marshals, a lot of prison correctional officers.
Yo, son, if Tekashi waited one more fucking week, son,
Yo, right?
he's scot-free. The FBI picked him up like a week before the shutdown.
Well, they're still working. They're just not getting paid.
Oh, that's right. 96%
96% of NASA.
I'm saying if I'm not getting paid, I ain't working as hard.
NASA, yeah, whatever.
Tekashi could be free if I'm the FBI. You're not paying me. I'm not going to be detectiving. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm TSA, you wearing the shoes.
If you got
Keep the
clothes,
shoes on with me. You don't got to do this sign. Just go in. To put your hands up in the diamond.
rock,
They was
yeah.
You
playing,
don't gotta
like,
throw the
fucking
rock
Travis
up.
Scott during
Say
the
what?
fucking- I heard they was playing like sicko mode and like TSA. Like,
Good.
They did not give a fuck. They were just playing music, just like, hey,
Hey,
man,
whatever
we
the
just here,
fuck you
bro.
want, bro.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Mad prejudice and shit.
Yeah.
Mad prejudice. Hey, 2 lines. If you look like the motherfuckers that blow shit up, that's you. If y'all ain't blowing shit up, this everybody
Straight
here.
up, yeah.
When you don't pay motherfuckers, you get to be TSA how you want to be
all my
TSA.
friends that were like traveling the past week, they were like, yo, travel was a fucking breeze.
Nah,
They just let
you
us
get
right
one
in.
warning. One warning, no water. If
like,
there's
hey,
water in any of your
hey.
shit, you're not flying. I told you no water. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what is crazy about the fucking flying shit, the TSA shit? It's like when you see the foreigners, they getting back on the plane, making the same mistakes they made on the fucking way here. Like, you knew you weren't allowed the water on the way here. Like, you went through TSA to get to America? Did you not?
yo, there's a movie. One of the good movies called Up in the Air, but he just talks about like basically
I heard about
the
that
quickest
movie.
way to get through everything. He just travels. Like, his whole job is he travels.
Yeah.
And he's like, when you're in the TSA line, always follow Asians. They're just so efficient with theirs.
I'll be honest with you, I do not find that to be the case. I find them to have the most shit. They pulling out fucking ducks out of their
Yeah,
bag
you're
and shit. They
talking
think
about-
that they
I'm
can
talking
travel.
about like Asian businessmen. You're
shit.
talking about like real Chinese.
No,
like,
I'm talking
from China.
about like like how'd you get here? Like
yeah, them. Are
you're talking
monsters.
about SARS mask Asians. I'm talking about they got the Raiden hat. I'm talking about motherfuckers that are going back
Rice
to the
farm
patty.
Asians.
The ones that walk like that, like with their legs high. That's the type of Asians I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah, they
This
good.
motherfucker walked into the machine. He must have had a sword, son. When he the way the shit rang up on the other side. You know when
It
they
was just
says
all yellow heat on
fam,
them, just like,
fam, it was
we
sensors
got this
everywhere.
step
The
down
dude,
this way.
you know, it's always dude. It's, first of all, it's mass city ass New Yorkers. And the, thing. The dude looked at it. He was just like, fam. He said, "Yo, go back, bro. Like, try that again." Like he didn't even know where to start with the pat down. He was like, "Yo, go, come on with that, go." So I don't have any tolerance for that.
Chinese people from China don't know how to act anywhere. That's a global thing.
Oh my
Remember we went to
god.
Singapore? We went to Singapore, did shows. Singapore, gorgeous. No litter anywhere. You can't spit. Everything is beautiful and clean. We stayed in Chinatown. Chinatown looked like
Every other
Chinatown
fucking
everywhere in the
Chinatown.
world.
Really?
The Singapore got
dirty as
no gum nowhere. Okay, no gum, not under tables, nothing. It is so fucking pristine. You go to Chinatown. There's fucking fish in buckets. There's people selling fruit you didn't know existed. It's the same Chinatown, no matter where the fuck it is. It was fascinating.
They call them PRC folks in Singapore.
Yeah, People's Republic of China. Because there's Chinese. A lot of Singapore is Chinese
Descent.
immigrant or descent.
Yeah.
Right. And they consider themselves Singaporean. And the Chinese that come, they're PRCs.
And they look down on them like they're just like
Oh,
these people.
so you're
are-
just like second class.
these people got no. No, but they're like not like they're less than. They're just like these motherfuckers don't know how to act anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Because they be taking
So
shits
like
everywhere,
hooligans.
bro.
Yeah, there's a Snapchat thing that went around.
Oh, my God.
In the airport, there's this old Chinese lady is pissing on the floor right in front of the women's room. Sign. This is a fucking arrow. The sign right in front of her, arrow pointing to it, and this
Talking
bitch
about
is
how she
on
look.
the airport lobby floor pissing.
Son,
How'd
there's
she
a
look,
video. You ready? The same. So there's a what's it called? Video. And Asian asshole army members, please corroborate this so it's not me making shit up. We've seen this video. There's a video. Because Asians be knowing. First of all the non-Chinese are listening to this like, they do be doing that! All the Koreans are like, yo, they on to something, yo. They fucking on to something. So, but there's a video where like shitting in public is a problem apparently in China, right?
Shitting in public.
Taking shits in public is a problem.
Oh,
You can
God.
Google right now Chinese shits in public or poops in public.
Oh.
Your Google box will be flooded. Flooded with it, right? There's a video of there's a woman in an elevator. There's another man in an elevator. They get into the elevator. The woman squats down, picks up her skirt, takes a shit inside the elevator with the guy. Here's the most shocking part about the video. Ready? Guy looks at her, completely unaffected. It was almost like that's what he expected someone to do if they had
So
to
she
take a
also
shit.
like this girl's gonna take a shit in here.
A thousand, like he
Like,
saw her squat down and shit, and he was like, maybe I should take a shit too. There was no like, oh my God, that's disgusting. What the fuck are you doing?
in an elevator. God damn, I was like 5 seconds away from like, I should probably go visit Singapore one day.
And we worried about a little
Singapore dope. Singapore
government
dope.
shutdown.
Just
We
stay out
worried about a little
Chinatown.
government shutdown.
God damn. Doo-doo on the elevator, bro. Doo-doo on the lift.
Shouts to all the patrons that work for TSA and are struggling to pay their
You're doing the
Patreon
real-
fees every month.
You're the real fucking heroes, the TSA workers, the TSA assholes.
Real
God
talk,
damn.
there's some assholes that work TSA though.
Oh, for sure.
They listen
for
to the podcast. I've been through. I think it
All
was either
walks of
JFK or LaGuardia.
All walks of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they still make me check my shit. That's some fucked up shit, right?
Can't get a fucking upgrade or something? Like, yo, somebody take care of this guy or something.
And TSA can't help you with a flight.
No.
Yo, we need them flight hookups. We got any assholes that work for the airlines?
Please,
Holler at us.
please.
Holler at us.
Especially Delta, because I'm trying to get that diamond status.
Same, bro. Whatever the fuck.
we
You
at
want to
with
talk
it?
about? I know you want to talk about this, Andrew, because you've been saying this needs to happen for months, maybe longer. The Mavs banned a fan.
Okay.
Who? Do you know the story?
You should set it up because you were the one that told me about it.
So Patrick Beverly got ejected a while back. Got thrown out of the game, and he said a fan was antagonizing him, saying some really offensive things.
The fan said,
And I don't actually remember. What
I think his fan was speaking about his mother actually. or
Okay.
so-
Okay.
said
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like maybe even his kids or something like that. It was like some just like fucked up family shit. It was like whatever.
So the Mavs looked into the story. Patrick Beverly's story was corroborated by other people through whatever investigation they did.
Right.
And they told this Mavs fan, who was a season ticket holder, good seats, pays a lot of money, you are banned for the rest of the year. Do not come back this season.
Isn't it funny how they ban heckling fans but not rapist employees? Isn't it funny?
Go fucking figure. Go fucking
I was actually thinking you were going to say Mark Cuban, who is also a heckling fan.
That's true. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but so Andrew's been saying this needs to happen for months.
Yeah, you got to do that because eventually you're going to have another mouse in the palace.
There was
Well,
a
we've
tipping
come
point.
close.
It was coming very close.
Yeah.
I mean, even Patrick Beverly threw a ball at that guy, and I think that's why he was kicked out.
Ah.
And he didn't throw it hard, but he kind of like chucked it at him in his direction, and they had little words, etc. But
That's the guy?
so he's like the
Of
fake
course that's
LA
the
guy.
fake guy.
What's the LA guy
He's
that
a
dresses
super
weird?
Yeah, he has a nickname. I forget what it is.
I mean, this is what James Harden looks like inside.
This is James Goldstein?
Yes, Jimmy Goldstein or whatever the fuck that
this
guy
is
is.
the guy. Oh, fuck him.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. He looks like the Virgin Airlines dude. What's his name?
Richie Branson, right?
Yeah, Branson.
Branson. Yeah.
So,
Fuck this guy. I already don't like him.
yeah. So, but here's my feeling: you got to protect the players because if not, they're going to protect themselves. That being said, it couldn't have happened to a worse person. If there's anybody who deserves to be heckled, can we admit
It's the guy who goes after ACLs.
it's the guy
You
who
can
goes
tell
after
like nobody
ACLs,
like
man.
felt bad for him. That's why they had to do a whole fucking investigation. But
Right? Nobody was snitching.
Yeah.
They had to go
all right, I
deep
guess
on
we'll
it.
investigate this shit. Like, fuck. All right, whatever, Pat. God damn it.
But is there one pest in the league? I mean, he is a pest.
No, he's the pest of pests.
He is the pest of pests. And if fans are yelling at him, it's almost reasonable. When a fan is yelling at KD, who literally is quiet, plays to himself, and maybe he might get excited about a dunk, but he's not inciting beef with any other players.
Not
He's a
dirty.
fucking professional. He's not a
never been
dirty guy.
player. Yeah,
He's like a really respectable guy.
Yeah.
And fans are doing shit like taking his hat off when he's walking down the
That was wild.
the aisle, right? Like you saw that clip,
Yeah.
right? They're cursing at him, saying shit. It's just like, bro, fucking relax, dude.
There's
You're
like a
out
handful
game.
of players in the NBA that's like are kind of dirty or have been categorized as possibly being dirty. And if something happens to you that has nothing to do with the game, you get one of these. It's just like, all right, well, it's like, all right, Pat, whatever, bro. Like, sometimes you might just need to fucking just take that L. Like, all right, I guess we'll ban this guy for a year. He's 85 years old. He might not make it to next year anyway. So.
Now you got to set the precedent. You got to set the precedent of this.
Absolutely.
We're gonna take these steps, and you got to, especially if you're the Mavs, you got to do good PR now.
It's a great,
yeah,
it's a
that's
great
a
PR
great
move
point.
for the Mavs, and I know for a fact that Mark Cuban loves being known by players as a great owner,
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure you have actual sources, but just being a Mavs fan, yeah, he
right?
loves
He
that.
values that. Like
When he got there, first thing he did was like made the locker room super nice and got players PlayStations, whatever the fuck. Like he made everything as nice as he could. He wants to be. He's like, if we bought a team, let's be real, we would be dying for these guys' approval. We wouldn't be
Facts.
looking at it like billionaires. He's not old money. He's a dude that
He
sold a
earned
company
his
that
money.
made billions.
he earned his money, man.
Yes, so he
Yeah.
earned his money, whether you think he actually earned it or not. He sold a fucking company he built. He's just one of us.
Yeah.
Made a
I mean,
couple billion.
He runs a team like any fan would run a team.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
and he fucking won a chip.
Yeah.
This is an unfucking believable story. Like we hear, and shouts to Gary Vee, and we hear about all these guys that like have a business and they want to own a team one day and they want to apply those same principles to the team and maybe win. That story's already been told
Yeah.
by fucking Mark Cuban,
Yeah.
right? Like it's an insane thing.
Yeah.
So
He took the fucking trophy to live and bought Magnum bottles in Miami.
Piss.
To this day, the
Got a-
greatest fucking.
Got a picture of him pissing in a urinal holding the Larry O'Brien trophy in his off arm.
To this day,
mad subtle
the
flexes.
standard
Yo.
has been
Mad
the standard
subtle
was
flexes.
set that day for
Yeah.
championship celebrations.
For sure.
Like if your shit wasn't touching the fucking Mavericks and they beat Miami in Miami,
and partied in Miami.
oh,
And those
so
disloyal
good.
Miami fans partied with
Oh,
him.
it was
I'm
fuck.
leaving the
Couldn't give a
club.
fuck.
Don't let
Fuck.
somebody beat the Knicks in Game 6.
in the finals.
Game 6?
Yeah, it was game 6.
Beat somebody Knicks in Game 6 in New York, and then go to One Oak, and I'm gonna pull up to the table next to them, congratulate them.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
y'all.
That's on site.
Yeah, that's,
I'll snuff up the owner. I'm not gonna punch the player.
Type on the bouncers.
You
too,
know what I
like,
mean?
if you're-
Like,
if
let's
you're a-
go.
If you're a real one running that fucking club.
Oh
you
yeah,
look
you're
at
not
them like,
welcome. Nah, beat it.
Go to Avenue down the street.
Fuck Avenue. Go to
But,
Jersey.
go
You're not
somewhere else.
allowed here, yo.
Fuck that dumb shit.
Speaking of giving it to people, do you want to talk about the Doris Burke Andrew Wiggins clip?
Yo, you guys were more affected by that than me.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Doris really, to set it up, Doris really gave it to Andrew Wiggins for being passive in the offense, especially when Kat was sitting. And I mean, Doris is just a fucking pro. Like, she's
Yeah.
the perfect example of like, don't give me this sexism bullshit. If you're good at your job, you're gonna get to
Cream
do it
rises
at the
the
highest
top.
level.
Yeah.
She's respected by literally everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only is she
she's
respected by
the
everybody.
top ESPN
Basketball analyst.
basketball mind.
Right?
Yeah,
She
like,
really knows the game. She respects the game. She's great. Everybody respects her. She's not one of these like hot sideline reporters where the guy's just like, all right, ask me this stupid fucking question. Let's go. Like, and you
Yeah.
see this with some of these
Right.
guys. But like, people really respect her. And what I've heard is there's like a little attraction to Doris.
Kaz attracted to her.
Yeah,
Remember we
I
talked
think-
about
I think
this.
Oh,
Doris
I
We
didn't.
talked about it on the podcast. We were,
It's
we were
sexy.
both
Like
repulsed.
it's nothing physical.
Yeah,
but
I
like
don't see it.
I'm just attracted to anyone
Yeah.
who was like, I'm attracted to greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
she's so great at what she does. It's sexy to me. So I'm just like, she'll be
That's the
sitting there
most
fucking,
female shit you ever said in your
I don't give a
life on
fuck.
the
It
podcast.
could be female, but it's like she'll be sitting down fucking breaking down like a fucking pick and roll and like help defense and all this shit. I was like, God damn, like what's coming over me right now? But I fuck with Dorsberg. But like, to your point with Andrew Wiggins, like, it's one of those things where all year people have been looking at Andrew Wiggins like, yo, what the fuck is it? Started with Butler. Started with like even the Minnesota fans. Like a lot of people just like Andrew Wiggins is supposed to be Maple Jordan. In Toronto, he was the fucking shit. In high school, he was like the next big thing. Number 1 overall pick. Traded for Kevin Love. He was supposed to be that guy, and he hasn't been that guy. And we get to the point when Doris Burke is looking at you like, yo, what the fuck?
I couldn't believe he got that contract. I didn't think he deserved the max extension early.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you like look at him as a physical specimen, you see him practice, you're like, he deserves every dollar in that contract.
He has all the physical. You look at him, he
Yes.
passes every single eye test.
eye test.
But
If he was, for example, if this was the NFL Combine, and you're just watching him operate in these drills,
he'd be Saquon Barkley.
he's fuck yeah, dude.
He'd be
This is great.
Saquon Barkley.
It's like he has every look at hand size, arm length, jumping ability. You're just like, whoa, this guy has everything. What he doesn't have, and frankly, what a lot of Canadian prospects don't
I
have
was just thinking this.
is
Don't
heart.
have
And I'll
this.
speak to this. And this is not me just taking a shot at Canada. This is a
I
specific
think
thing.
RJ Barrett could change that.
We'll see, but everybody in college is fine because you just have so much more skill. So there's two parts to this. Number one, this is what made me realize it, and this is what Canada is. Canada is the Schulz household. I grew up in a Schulz household, right? Both of my parents very willing to listen to me, right? Very willing to, very interested in what I had to say, and I developed a sense of confidence. I developed this feeling that what I said was important because the people that I valued the most listened to what I had to say, so it must be important. So I felt confident operating in the world, saying my opinions wherever the fuck I went, etc. Then I enter the entertainment industry, and I get humbled because all of a sudden people don't give a fuck what I have to say. My colleagues might not give a fuck about what I have to say. And I'd never experienced that because I'm growing up in the Schulz household where whatever I say is important. How do I develop resiliency? I really dug down and said, no, what I say isn't fucking important. It doesn't matter if it's validated by these other people as important because I believe it is. But I had to learn that as an adult. I had to dig down and find real confidence, not the confidence that's supported by the people around me, but real confidence that whatever I fucking say is important. This is going to be Andrew Wiggins' test. He grows up in this country, Canada, which is like the Schulz household. They're supportive. Hey, let's include everybody. Life is good. Let's give you health insurance. Let's give you a job if you don't have a job. Let's help you out if you need some underwear. I don't know why Tory Lanez didn't have I don't even know why I'm thinking about that. But like, let's be as supportive and helpful as we can for each other. Okay, so what happens when the world ain't supportive? What happens when mean things get said to you which aren't said to you in Canada? What happens when you have to see if you have anything in the tank? If you have your confidence based on you, not based on your support system. And what we're learning about Andrew is he doesn't.
I mean, you got to remember, we were in LA to watch the Carter Effect documentary. Like, Toronto basketball, like the culture of like Toronto basketball is still pretty fairly new. You know what I'm saying? So like to Wiggins, he was probably like the first like can't miss prospect out of that city. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Steve Nash came out of there and like a couple other like pretty good Canadian basketball players, but then they were never given the hype.
Sure.
Like
Andrew
the
Wiggins
LeBron
was.
like
Yeah,
hype
Sure.
that Wiggins got. You know what I mean? So it's like when you don't live up to that, and it's not like he's a bad player. He's a good player.
It's not even live up to. It's what happens when that support system that gave you all your confidence to operate and to play is no longer
There's
there.
no Jimmy Butlers in Canada.
It's true.
Wait for it. There is. And that's why this is the second part of this. There's a player named Jamal Murray.
I like him.
Jamal Murray plays for the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray is a resilient motherfucker. Why is he a resilient motherfucker? Because he had a psycho dad that would make him train in the snow and put him through all this like harsh
Canadian?
shit. Canadian, but fucking tough. Made him tough. And he made him meditate. He made him learn all these like martial arts shit, and he made him find ways to calm his mind and find that inner resilience. So if you notice on the free throw line, he takes a breath to like collect himself. And people make fun of it, but that's what Wiggins doesn't have. Wiggins doesn't have the breath. When he's going down there in that play and there's no cat out there and there's nobody who can, really run the offense, et cetera, and it's on him, and then anxiety starts to kick up. Did I not live up to my name? Did I not live up to my hype? Am I not the person that I was? He doesn't have that breath. Jamal Murray does, and that's why he'll put 50 on you. Jamal had a 50 ball last year.
Yeah. This year, too.
This year.
This year?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's a difference between these two guys.
Here's what I would say, though, real quick about Wiggins, and if this is the NFL Combine, et cetera. The NFL draft, at the end of the day, they still say, look at the tape. Tape matters more than the Combine.
Sure.
True.
Trust the tape.
True.
What I would say, I bought into the Wiggins hype because everybody that I trusted said this guy's great, but I remember watching him at Kansas. Kansas didn't do incredibly well at the tournament. They weren't a high seed.
I think Embiid was his teammate, too, right? I feel like him and Embiid were teammates.
I think Embiid came out as a freshman, I think, right?
I think so.
If Embiid came out as a freshman, no, because Embiid went. Oh, maybe.
No,
he
I don't
did,
think
know.
Embiid came out as.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway,
I'll look it up.
I remember thinking, deep down, I was like, I don't know. I don't see any fire from this dude. I'm not blown away by it. Zion. I actually don't know about Zion's heart and resiliency also because he's so childlike. But I watched this motherfucker half of a game and I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah, they were
This
teammates.
is like nothing I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Embiid if Embiid didn't have a bad back, he's the guy everybody gave a fuck on that team. Wiggins, I was like, I thought maybe LeBron could turn him into a great defender, great second fiddle, but this is a guy that I've just never seen the fire from. Games here and there, he hit a bunch of threes, but like I never seen fire from him.
Yep. Some people just don't have it. They just don't have it. And what I'm telling you is like it's not that they don't have ability, right? It's they don't have rock solid confidence that comes from themselves. And I guarantee you if he was in a market, right, where the team sucked and they lost, but it was all about him. Let's say Indiana. Let's say Oladipo's out and then Wiggins goes to Indiana. And he runs off a couple like 30-point games or whatever, and they get behind him. And we know we don't have any expectations for this team, but and he's the guy. He would play well because he'd have this massive support system, and it'd be Canada again. But put him in New York, put him in L.A., put him in Boston. They would fucking
Even put him in
cripple
Toronto.
this guy.
Even put him in Toronto.
Put him in Toronto. That's an interesting one
Even put him
because
in
they're
Toronto.
great fans and they might really root,
That pressure is too much.
but that pressure might be too much.
especially being the Toronto Sun, like that's.
Isn't Minnesota that though?
Minnesota
don't
had
got expectations for nothing.
Minnesota. What
true.
Minnesota had was, it was the perfect storm of bad for Wiggins. So they had a young, good player,
Better player.
better player that was arrogant and kind of cocky, right, in Cat, that could easily swallow up Wiggins because Wiggins didn't have that self-esteem to really combat that. And then they had a true born alpha male.
Yeah.
Not curated, born king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler is regardless of how you think of him as a basketball
Yeah.
player, that's a king of the jungle. Meaning if you
For
put
better
him
and for worse.
For better and for worse, you put him in any environment, the chest is going to get beaten on.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And that is something you see even in children. You see kids separate themselves like that. There's leaders and their followers, and that's totally fine. But Jimmy is a true alpha male. And when he saw what a lion looks like, that motherfucker thought he was a lion. Wiggins thought he was a lion in Toronto. And then he saw a real lion, and he's like, I need to get back in this truck.
I'm a cub.
I'm on safari. I'm not even a cub. I'm a human. I'm from Canada. You know what I mean? So it's like, bruh, it's a different.
It's gonna be spooky for him for the next couple of years because it's like Karl Anthony Towns, by all accounts, is probably last year he was playing like a top 5 player. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Rose has
I'm
played
not
himself.
high on Cat.
I'm not
I
super
think
high
he's a
on
little
him.
soft
No,
too.
I
but-
mean, like statistically wise, like you have that fucking nice, you have that nice open area when you first get drafted where like there's not really expectations, but there's a lot of talent.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
like, oh yeah, he's the top 5.
What is he
player. He's
gonna
a
be?
top 10 player.
yeah.
But now there's expectations, and it's hard to live up to those, especially when you have good players around you. You had a good coach. and people are expecting you to do stuff in the off season, in the postseason. It's gonna get spooky for him because people are gonna want to move that contract soon. I don't think this year, but definitely next year. They're gonna be like, we got to move this guy.
They're gonna get him out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think anybody's trading for the contract. But I just want to, before I forget, Alvin Jones asked a Patreon question: should Derrick Rose be an All-Star?
Oh, while we're on Minnesota.
Yeah, while we're in Minnesota.
What do you think? What do you think?
Man, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Especially fan voting is for fans. I know we hate it. I know we think fucking Vince Carter shouldn't start when he's injured or whatever, but fan voting is for fans. If the fans want to see this guy, let him be there. And he's also playing well. I mean, he could be I think he'd be a reserve maybe, regardless, but let him start.
So the reserves get chosen by the coaches.
Coaches and players, I think.
Do
Right?
the players have a say?
The players draft the starting five. The coaches pick the reserve.
I thought fans at starting five.
No, they changed it. Fans get like 30% of the votes, something like that.
Okay.
They have the captains now, so I think it's like the leading vote getter from each side
Right.
picks their five.
Right. Okay. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. All that fucking. Okay. So
Absolutely, Derrick Rose should be an All-Star this
you
year.
say go.
Absolutely. For one, there's no comeback player of the year award. There's no fucking. He's gonna have this great season, and honestly, he'll probably have nothing to show for it but this All-Star game. So it's like, just put the motherfucker. Right
What are
there.
his numbers?
He's averaging, I think, 19 a game off the bench.
Eden, can you check out the numbers for Derrick Rose?
Yeah, had a couple game winners. Had a 50-point game this year. Had a couple 30-point games. Like, he's playing like his old. He's playing better than he had before. He's a way better 3-point shooter than he's ever been in his
The
life.
game is much more developed. I mean,
Way better.
it's interesting
And
that
it's a great story. It's a great story.
we always talk about like
19 points a game, 5 assists a game.
That's cool. And how many minutes?
I don't see minutes.
Well, whatever.
But he wasn't starting for most of the season.
So, but it's interesting how, and this is a perfect example. This is Biggs. The game really finds them. So a lot of these bigs, they don't develop, especially older bigs. They never develop things like dribbling ability or like shooting ability because they just didn't have to. And here's a guy, Derrick Rose, who was so wildly talented at getting to the basket. He didn't really have to develop a 3-point shot or even a pull-up jumper. I mean, his pull-up jumper was trash.
Yeah.
And as he got slowed down, and as he had time to kind of work on his game because he needed to have that aspect of the game. Without the pull-up, he can't get to the basket the same way that he could. We develop these things out of necessity. Like, we always talk about a sense of humor. That's a defense mechanism. It's like, this is survival thing.
Yeah.
And he developed a fucking jumper, and his jumper looks better. He used to have a hitch.
Yeah.
You guys remember
And
his
it
old
used to be a
jumper?
line drive,
Line
too.
drive. Now it's got
Now
some
a little arc.
flow. It's
Yeah.
in motion.
And one thing I don't think we're taking into account is, and I think it's because we're a little older.
The girl that
Like-
he raped with his friends?
That too. But
Sorry, Blue.
one thing, sorry,
We'll have to
Belushi.
talk about these things. So sorry.
One thing we're not taking into account is that like the league has gotten so much younger. To them, Derrick Rose is like their Iverson. Like Derrick, like the first like real like hoop mixtapes and like Ball is Life and like all these people blowing up on YouTube. Derrick Rose was like one of those first dudes where it was like, oh shit, like I seen this guy on my YouTube. Oh shit, he's at Memphis now. Oh shit, he's the #1 overall pick. Oh shit, he's the MVP. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to a lot of guys that are gonna be like 5-time, 10-time, 20-time All-Stars, like the Giannis's, the Joel Embiid.
Really, though? Because he had like 2 great seasons.
He had a couple of great seasons, but he was super young.
He was
He was the youngest MVP in
so
history.
Incredible, man.
And people,
His
those
MVP year was
seasons-
amazing, but then the next year he got injured all year,
He was
and he was done.
He got
remember,
the
and he
lifetime
took-
deal from Adidas. This is how amazing this
And
guy was.
he took super LeBron to the limit. Like
Well,
that Heat,
they
those
lost
Heat
in
teams.
5.
There was a one season when they were super loaded, when they had Boozer and Noah and Gibson,
Yeah, they
and
were one seed.
Dang.
They're the 1
They
seed,
were the
and,
one
and
seed
they
and
lost
all
in
that
5.
shit. They did lose in 5, but there was another season where Derrick Rose was kind of hurt for most of the time, and I think they were on the Heat, and that went to 6. And Rose isn't the best player on that team. I think Noah was the best player on the team that year. That was the one year Noah was like fucking
Right.
amazing for
Right.
some odd reason.
Point is,
And I remember Derrick Rose hitting that fucking game winner, and they're fucking holding him up.
he
and
was a
like, all
highlight
that shit.
reel.
He was
He was
great.
a human
incredible.
highlight reel, and he's the most exciting style of player to watch, which is a small guy with leaping ability that can get to the basket.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, yes, it's fun to watch Giannis, but it's too easy. It's just not as exciting.
Yeah.
When you see, there's a video clip going around of when Derrick Rose on the fast break dunked on Steve Nash.
It was Gordon Dragic, but it was
Gordon
he was on the Phoenix.
Dragic, white point guard. Same thing.
Same thing.
I call all white point guards Steve Nash. So just be ready for that. There's Philadelphia 76ers, Steven Nash. And this was Miami Heat, Steve Nash.
Steve Nash just hit the game winner against the Spurs today.
Bro, he did?
Great shot, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Shouts to Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is a beast.
Anyway, point being, he dunks on fucking Gordon Dragic.
And keeps floating after he dunks.
Head has to duck down under the fucking backboard.
Does not
He
even
gets
a
his
regular
head-
dunk. The fucking tomahawk
Double
behind
tomahawk.
the neck.
Yeah.
Flushes it, still floats, has to duck his head from hitting the backboard. Oh, goddamn. I remember. Ugh. If you didn't get to experience young
Go look
Derrick
at some
Rose,
highlights.
Yeah.
oh my
Right now,
God.
It's
if you're
unreal.
listening, guys, when you get to work or wherever the fuck you are, take a few minutes and just look up a YouTube highlight
Oh,
reel.
Jesus Christ.
And start it with the dunk on Dragic. It is unfucking real.
You're not
The
supposed to dunk on
tenacity.
people like that.
Look at Dragic's own teammate waiting to come into the game. Like, yeah, you
Oh,
getting subs.
shit.
We gotta get you out of there, bro. You don't even deserve to be in the game no more. Fuck.
Goddamn, young Derrick Rose is a fucking. That's how you know we're getting old. Like we're talking about people like, if you didn't see Derrick Rose, he was young, man. That shit was-
Derrick Rose younger than all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking washed.
Oh man. Well, we're washed though.
What
You
we
want to talk? We could talk Cole Beasley. We could talk Black Panther Oscar nominations, Hall of Fame.
All right, real quick,
Innovations.
because I want to talk about Cole Beasley. Just a little.
What about Cole Beasley?
Miko might have been right, is what happened to Cole Beasley.
Uh-oh.
So Miko came on the podcast, told us the front office really kind of directs a lot of decisions. Cole Beasley, basically,
one of those decisions being,
who gets the ball?
so the front office is saying, hey, pass the ball to Dez, pass the ball to, and what often happens is what Miko said is in a contract year to lower the value of that player, they avoid them within the offensive set.
Yeah.
So Cole tweets.
So Cole tweets, someone asked him to stay in Dallas, and then first he says money's not what matters, utilization is. And then he says the front office honestly directs where the ball goes. I can pull up the exact tweet.
That's more than good. The
Okay.
front office directs where the ball goes. That's why.
I only got 3 or 4 opportunities a game this year.
But when we were in the 2-minute drill, he goes on to say something like, in the 2-minute drill, I was used a lot more, and that's because those times aren't planned. It's just whoever's open, right? Because the quarterback is just calling it as they're doing it.
Some are misunderstanding my point. Every team's game plan in pro sports is dictated by the front office. Big
Go down to his
Frazier
original
edition,
tweet.
high draft.
I don't want to see him
He
backtracking. on the
apologizing
truth.
right now. Yeah, put it in some rap music. We don't
Honestly,
give a
the
fuck.
front office pushes who they want to get the ball to. I haven't been a huge party in that regard. Maybe that will change, but I'm not sure. More balls come my way in the 2-minute drill where nothing is planned.
There we go.
God damn. God damn, the NFL's just so fucked up.
I think this is something that the average fan doesn't realize is like, it really goes towards like the power of the coach and the team and to the quarterback to a certain extent is like, they really are chess pieces, like Miko was saying on the podcast. And you're more valuable if you know where the piece is supposed to go than if you're just a really great piece. Like, we act like this elite athleticism is that game-changing. We've had this conversation about wide receivers. Like, it really isn't. You can have some freak athletes in certain positions. And like we were saying, the freak athletes on the line are really the ones that are making the difference.
Yeah.
But if you're a really fast wide receiver, cool, man. I hope you
Seen that before.
good luck getting 40 yards down before this guy who weighs 300 pounds is rushing
Who's-
at your quarterback.
Who's the freak athlete on the Patriots? Honestly,
The line, bro.
Brandon Cooks is kind of a freak. I guess he's very fast, freak athlete for the Rams.
Gronk.
Other than that, I can't think of.
Gronk
Gronk is a freak tight end, so yeah, I guess you call him a receiver.
and he's freakish in like the intangible thing, like we were talking about, like the fact that you can be that size and fast
Yeah.
and agile, just like we were talking about linemen, right? It's like that's rare. We have tons of guys who are 5'11" that can run fast. There's so many of
It's
them,
not a lot
dime a
of
dozen.
245, 6'7" guys.
Gronk is the best receiver to ever win a Super Bowl with Brady. Other than that, Randy Moss didn't win one.
Yeah, that's right. What was the other one? Branch? Deion Branch? Was
Troy
like the
Brown,
guy?
Deion Branch, like just guys.
Yeah,
But
Brock's
Belichick
the guy.
is steady. Belichick and Brady, because Brady knows he knows the chess game. He knows all the chess moves. That's your quarterback. Your coach is the guy who makes the chess moves. Your quarterback is the one that reads them.
So maybe it's true.
Maybe it's fucked, but it also might just be smart business.
Yeah.
Which is we're gonna win, and winning is not paying everybody.
Kind of fucked up though.
Is it though? Like Tom Brady is the 15th highest paid quarterback in the league,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Think
By
about that.
design.
By design, he's the 15th highest paid quarterback in the league, so that they can pay these other players. Now, are they paying Edelman? Are they paying Edelman? No. Are they paying whatever is their other wide receiver?
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan? No. Are they paying Lance Burkhead?
Rex Burkhead, no.
Rex Burkhead.
Rex
Yeah.
or whatever his
Yeah.
fucking name is, the white running back. Sometimes I think that Belichick is just sitting back like, can I win?
He's just adding one white player to the roster every year.
The least genetically gifted people possible in every position. They're like running backs. Have we ever had one of those? Mike Allstott? Okay, let me see if I can do this.
Let's do that.
Yeah, like he's just testing himself.
Yeah.
He's like 41-year-old quarterback. Yeah, I think I can do it. He's literally just playing a fucking game with all of us, right? So there's nobody that we can name that's getting major money on the Patriots. Where do you think that money's going, Akaash?
I think everywhere.
But where?
Gotta be the line.
Right.
Protect Brady.
There's got to be a statistic. I wonder if they spend more money on their offense and defensive line
I don't think
proportionately.
Cowboys put pretty
Cowboys put a ton in the offensive line.
Yeah.
but proportionately to the rest of the team. I'm curious to know, and maybe it is.
Be interested.
And hey,
Cowboys for sure. Offensive
Yeah.
line is their most expensive thing.
you know, it would be a great statistic. Maybe we can get some asshole to look this up for us. I would like to know the Rams.
Rams is probably defensive line.
And
Aaron
Dominic,
Donald, and Sue.
Oh, Aaron
Dominic and Sue.
Donald.
Aaron
Keith
Donald,
Talib, all
right?
those guys,
Let's
yeah.
look at just the lines.
Just the line.
Aaron Donald, and Dominic
And Dominic and Sue.
and Dominic and
I
Sue.
think Robert Ayers or somebody's another guy.
And
That's
then let's look at that offensive line. I wonder if those two teams
I mean,
had
that's a textbook
proportionately
team.
the highest payout for line. I'm just curious. And if those teams end up making the Super Bowl, we can extend that statistic and we can look at all the last Super Bowl teams. And what if every single one of them is in top 4 just line? It's like the formula's right there.
Yeah.
And you got to draft well. That's the other thing.
Because
'Cause
that's cheap,
Cole
right?
Beasley, you can draft a Cole Beasley. That's another reason you don't pay, which is fucked. But it's also a good route running wide receiver is not going to take a first round pick. I can get one of those in the 3rd round probably.
Yep.
So, and he's going to be dumb cheap. He can get 3rd round money, which is like $1 million a year. Cole's going to want $6-7 million a year. He's 30. In 3 years, he's going to start showing his age.
Absolutely.
Do we want to do this, or do we want to just draft the next Cole Beasley? They tried to do that, and they ended up trading, which I think was stupid. But Pittsburgh got a little wide receiver named Ryan Switzer. Cowboys picked him. He's kind of dumb, but he would have stepped in for Cole just fine, and that was the plan. We're going to draft him now, let him play for 2 years, then Cole is free, and then he's out.
It's all about if the juice
Smart.
is worth the squeeze, man. Like,
Yeah.
is it worth fucking paying these players? That's why they let a motherfucker like Le'Veon Bell go. That's why
Yep.
they let a motherfucker like Antonio Brown go, because they think you're just a chess piece, and I can find another one of you in the draft.
Well, Antonio Brown is fucking up chemistry, I think.
That's it.
Apparently, the rumor is he left the practice that one day because Juju Smith-Schuster got voted team MVP and not him. And it's like, if you're...
He's team MVP of my fantasy team, boy. Juju was cashing the touchdowns.
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
If that's going to bother you, then you're not... Like, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, if
That was what he.
that's the rumor.
Your team is.
I
in
mean,
the
they
playoff hunt?
essentially replaced Le'Veon Bell with what's his face,
James Conner, whatever his
Conner,
name is. Yeah.
and
who
they
had just as good a
replaced.
season as Le'Veon.
What's his face? Was Martavis Bryant
Martavis Bryant. Yeah, they get
who was
rid of
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Juju.
with Juju.
Yeah.
Bryant was nice, and he had
Yeah.
every right to be upset because he was a really good wide receiver.
Mhm.
But you can find another one. Dude,
Yeah.
I bet you if we look up that statistic for proportion of salary cap dedicated to the line,
Mm.
I bet you we won't find a team. I bet you we won't find a team that's out of the playoffs.
Probably not. Probably not.
And then you got to
All-around
wonder.
quarterbacks,
Then
bro.
you got to wonder, right? If you're Aaron Rodgers, did you fuck yourself? Well, he has already got the Super Bowl, so get
Yeah.
your bread. But like, if I'm a player who doesn't have one yet,
Take a little less. just
Take
put
some
it
of
in the
my
fucking.
bread.
Give me. Matter of fact, when free agency first started, and I remember thinking this was so like crazy at the time, but Troy Aikman, the Niners signed a lineman from the Cowboys, and Troy Aikman called him. He was like, "Yo, I will give you fucking money. Just stay."
Personally.
He was
Is
like,
that
or
allowed?
he tried to go to. No, he couldn't. So
Oh.
the guy left. But I think he even tried to go to the team, like, take money out of my contract, give it to him. This guy needs to stay. Because if you're the quarterback and you want to win,
You know.
and not only
know
that,
what
this
you
guy
need to
protects
win.
my body,
Yeah.
and now we know my brain. So, yeah, just keep these guys. That's
know
why
what
at the
you
end of the
need.
year, if you had a good season, the running back and the quarterback will buy the lineman something.
Yeah. I feel like I read somewhere like Brady bought like his entire O-line like Rolexes or some shit.
Emmitt
or
Smith did that in the 90s back when they weren't making
Yeah.
shit. Brady needs to get these motherfuckers Aston Martins, no problem.
something.
Not even
He gets
fucking
them for the
question.
cheap, right? Isn't he Aston
Well,
Martin?
he's something. They can have Uggs boots for days. I'll tell you that much. Fuck that.
God damn, that must be. If that, it must be like really dope to be like Tom Brady's friend. No,
Hell yeah.
like his wife is Giselle.
She got fine bitches coming
Prime
over.
bitches coming over.
Probably, yeah.
Yo,
fucking
hook me up
rich.
with. You could literally say to Giselle, "Hook me up with," and then any
It's like,
girl's
no
name,
problem.
and they can do that. How
No
crazy
problem.
is that? Like any girl, she could slide into any chick's DM.
Yeah, you're right.
You gonna not respond to Giselle, even if you got a man. If Giselle slides in
Yeah,
DM
yo.
like, "Yo, my friend is great. He's the coolest. If you're not dating anybody, it comes from me. Trust me, I pick him good.
Giselle's got to be the
I got
greatest
Tom.
wing
You're not
woman.
gonna take mine."
She got to be an all-time great wing woman.
And we haven't even seen pussy. Like, there's no. Can you look to see if there's any nudes where we can see lips, pussy
With
lips?
Giselle?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no nude. There's
No,
no nude
sometimes they
Giselles
do
out
those
there.
like fashion, like super fashion, like magazine stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
And like I saw Adriana Lima's like pussy hair. I saw a bush.
that's tight.
I saw a bush. Dude, you can see her bush, dude. Right there on the internet.
Mm.
And her tits.
I haven't seen it.
You can see her jugs right there, bro. Fucking jugs are all around, bro. But like it would be cool if we could see Giselle's pussy. No?
I think you can search it. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Go back 1 second.
Yo, Eden, honestly, real
What?
bad at Googling.
Let me see them feet, bro.
I guarantee you she's second toe longer. It's not even a fucking
No, there's
question.
no way.
Yeah, I forgetting
God-
how fire Giselle
God would
is,
not
though.
make her. God would not make her that way. I truly do not. Yo, you know she got a twin sister. That's like
Just doesn't want to model.
that's her twin sister, fam.
Oh, that's sad.
I take it. I take it down.
Yo,
I take it down.
go back to her twin sister. Now, here's the thing.
Yo,
You know how like sometimes twins like in the body like when you guys are in whatever. What is it called?
In
Utero or something like that. When you're in like the developmental
Yeah, I
stages
think it's in
and
utero.
whatever like that. Like one can like absorb more and like has more.
Sure,
You know, one can be bigger because of that kind of shit like that.
sure.
You know,
you know what we got to talk about?
like what did she do? Look
Oh,
at
gosh.
that.
Like her forehead. I think it's the forehead.
You like the forehead?
No, they gave her too much forehead.
Which one?
Like
The
God,
ugly twin.
the ugly one.
Imagine being Giselle's twin.
That's terrible.
Ugh.
What a cruel fucking joke.
Because she's probably hot for not Giselle's twin.
Yeah, like if,
Right?
if she's just walking down, like, oh yeah, she's a pretty woman. But it's like, oh, you know my twin sister, Giselle Bunch? It's like, that's not your twin sister.
Yeah. And like the guy who marries her, like you married
That's
like
just
the
your
ugly
sister.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't even believe they shared the womb, dude. That might be two different sperm. Maybe the mom was like on some hoe shit and the mom just got like trained out there in Brazil. And then there's one Giselle sperm and then one whatever that is, sperm, Austin Powers or some shit like that.
Mini me.
Fuck,
Yo,
man.
did you see this new fucking Tiana Trump porn
No.
that broke Twitter?
No.
Oh my
Wait a minute.
gosh.
What do you mean, Tiana Trump?
You don't know Tiana Trump?
No. What is she?
Tiana Trump is one of the most
We're on Patreon. Let's watch it.
one of the greatest porn stars right now.
Uh-huh.
She went to jail for a while. She came back like cook crack. She came back like Jordan wearing the 4-5.
Just went
I'm
right
like-
back in the game.
Right back in the game. She had a few good games. She had a few good scenes or whatever.
Right.
But she had a
Yo,
scene. She
Eddie
had
can't even spell
Bruh.
Trump. That's how
Tiana.
frightened he is of that motherfucker.
Teanna.
T-E-A.
Yeah, she put out-
What's she going to jail for?
I forgot what it was. But well, that's her.
She's
And
cute, bro.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, dude. And
Ashamed to say I've seen her before.
yeah,
Yo, get us a vid,
it was
bro.
the
Get us a
first
video.
time. It was
What
the
did she go to
first
jail
time
for?
I've seen. I forgot. I think fucking
Tax evasion?
maybe. Well, I don't think it was anything violent or nothing like that. But it was the first time I seen Twitter break over a new.
No, that's
porn
November
video.
13th. November 13th?
No, it's recent. It came out like this week.
All right, son.
I think it was on Blacked. Somebody sent me the link, but everybody in the timeline was talking about this video. It was
Who do
like
you follow?
niggas by far. But god damn it, if I could find
Everybody on the timeline. That shit wasn't in my trending.
I will show you. Well, it can't trend. It was a weird thing where we all knew we were talking about this, but we didn't want to say it on a timeline to not look like fucking disgusting.
What if everybody else was talking about Donald
This is
Trump
it?
and you were
Blacked?
just looking at the porn?
Right there, that's the joint.
Is this it?
Turn that audio off. Son.
It's not gonna be on
2 seconds.
YouTube, bro.
No, it's not on YouTube. Go back. Which one? Send the link to Eden so we can
Hold on,
watch
I'll
it.
send you the link.
Yo, we really taking Patreon to the next level. Watching porn with the homies. Just watching porn with the homies, bruh.
It is a great bonding experience.
Oh, she got nipples the same
I
color
thought
as
you were
her
going to say
skin.
bondage experience, and I was like, bro, this is about to be a different party.
Let's see. Boom. Lord forgive us. All right, there it is.
Yo, you
Boom.
sure it's not this joint right here, bro?
No, that's not it.
You want to watch it just anyway?
But what she does, I mean, she be like,
Oh shit, Akaash, that's you.
Jesus Christ.
Akaash, that's see how it's done?
I'm taking notes.
Akaash, now you try to fuck
So here's the
Bloisha
thing, right?
in the
So
same way.
This video that came out, this ain't it. It's like, and this is like her Snapchat, whatever. She'll get that shit for.
That's her Snapchat.
Wait,
But like,
what's on the premium?
so this is her shit, right? Like, Black is like a fucking high quality. It's like Spielberg directs this fucking porn. It's like, I swear to you, it's like great fucking camera angles. Like the fuck, I just
I
put
hate
the
it
link
when
in the
porn
fucking shit.
fans try to justify their
I'm
fetish
telling
shit.
you.
Oh,
Look
the
at this shit.
cinematography is amazing, and
Well,
the
this-
lenses that they're using are incredible.
Change the landscape of
Telling
porn.
you.
Oh,
I wasn't really old. I told a friend this, like
Yeah.
after I finished watching the porn, like I wasn't old enough to really appreciate.
You were moved emotionally?
hey, skip.
I wasn't old enough to appreciate.
It's
This
watching the
motherfucker
whole
terrible
ass, son.
he's terrible at navigating the internet.
We're trying to watch something black.
I'm getting the other
This is
video.
it?
Well,
What's
this?
this?
This is Black. This is how they shoot it. It looks like a fucking, like the Avengers and shit. Like,
But black is what? Like it's all. God, black dude's got some big old. Bro, it started with the dick in her mouth, and like she was pulling it out, and I was like, when that shit finished, this guy dick like a clown's thing. You know, the clown keep getting the.
I'm telling you, this video is like, I wasn't old enough to appreciate when Jordan was wearing 45. and
Is
dropped
this
it.
Brandy or what? Tiana?
No, she's not in this one. I sent the link in there. This ain't it.
Damn,
How you so bad at this,
Son,
dog?
I'm about to nut. Like, yo, come on, son. Like, what's up, bro?
This is hilarious.
This is a great way to end the show.
Listen, end.
Because
We
it's what
just
I'm
getting
doing when I get
started.
home, baby.
Yo, what if we needed a Patreon for our Patreon? Like an even more private Patreon with even
For
crazier
$50 a
shit?
month. That's basically what we're doing. I mean, like, this is,
You're not going.
shit you pay for, yo.
All right, good.
Yeah, please don't. See, look how well shot this shit is.
Motherfucker, you can get that footage off of YouTube, bro. Like
Nah,
this is
bro,
all
look.
stock footage. You get
It's
that with a
not stock
drone.
footage. Look,
This shit
they
look like
got the-
Timothy
driving in the
De La Ghetto's
Rolls
vlogs.
Royce.
Yo, that's her, Tiana.
That's both of them.
What's the other one?
Who's Vicky?
I don't know. But
Other
she's
one looked
the-
like a ghoul.
Vicky Chase.
So there's like some
fuck is
Bird
that
Box
other
references
girl,
in here
son?
and shit. Like it's.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, now you fine. Everything's cool. You know, just all right. So
the
right
thing
now,
is, you gotta fast forward to the final scene. The final scene is.
so how
I
long
don't
is
even
it?
wanna
I'm
spoil it.
saying,
it's very
bruh.
long. Just fast
Oh,
forward
it's
to
Bird
like
Box. All right,
the last like right here.
all right.
Right here.
How the fuck you got it bookmarked on the search bar?
Hold on 1 second.
Wait till
Pause.
All right.
Pause.
Maybe
pause,
a little
pause.
further.
Again, this is another doggy. No, we can watch it.
All right,
It's
yeah.
doggy style. But again, Akaash, do you see how you can perfectly see the vagina? I'm starting to
it's
think your
mad
girl got a
pressure.
low set vagina or
It's
something.
mad
like
pressure.
that. That shit is looking straight at you in doggy.
got
It's
you.
the easiest thing to get in.
I got you.
But you sure?
I think so.
You got that?
I think so.
I
think so.
We're gonna have to block this out. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm not showing that.
Yeah,
Nah,
we can't.
he's on y'all and me.
Huh?
He's on this camera and this camera, so
He's
we're
not on the
showing.
wide.
So we're not. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
We got
Okay.
yeah.
All right, good. So this is. All
So
right.
we gotta just. This,
Let me set up the scene, okay? So right now, Tiana, pause, please, because I can't talk.
So when he finishes,
Can
there's
you
something
pause
that
for a
happens.
second? Is
They
it?
said it was the equivalent.
Don't say,
of,
don't ruin it, don't ruin it. Let it happen.
Okay.
Let it happen. Let it
Watch
happen.
it.
So right now we have, the ghoul is on her back, okay?
Okay.
Tiana is on top of her,
Jesus Christ.
69 position.
Yes.
Right.
And the
now,
other girl's underneath.
yeah, that's the ghoul is on the bottom.
Oh, right. I
right.
thought you
And
okay.
then there's a blacked that is hitting Tiana doggy style.
Yes.
And his balls are resting on the ghoul's forehead.
Yes.
Because they're in 69. They're laying on a bed, white sheets. Tiana has a nice bracelet on. And in this specific position, she looks
very
like
nice
she
nails
is
too. Right.
fighting
Grabbing his
a
sheets.
shit, bro. Like, she looks like she is wrestling with that, like, big time, or a birth. Like, she just received the next dilation. It's like, okay, give a push. Now go.
Hit that play button.
Okay, now he's just piping away. Akaash, you see how easy it is? You see how your dick never falls out when it's 14 inches? Have you ever noticed that? Okay, this is interesting. This guy does not know what to do with his hand. Look at that shit.
Gotta put,
Oh, he's doing a little
thumb
thumb in the butt.
All right.
She's loving it.
If we can get to the end,
Okay.
because the end is where it's like it was
mad
Dwayne
pink.
Wade
Oh.
to LeBron James. It was just
All right. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Okay, so he's not even going full stroke. The ghoul is dead, for all we know. She has no clue. We haven't heard from her. She might be eating his ass.
all right. Here we go.
okay.
Well, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Wait for it. Wait. There's more. There is more. Ah.
You like this shit,
But,
fam?
bro.
This shit is... Hold on.
That shit made my stomach turn.
Hold on.
Bro.
Ah!
Where's the James?
I legit almost threw up.
Bruh, I can't, dog. I can't.
Son, I just had Tabasco chicken. Roast, B.
Throw it.
Nah.
Throw it up.
This is the fuck you get, Andrew. You watch this shit. You asked for it. You watch this shit.
Gosh.
Don't even look at me.
Yes.
This shit is horrifying.
My
Yo.
goodness.
Yo, these
Fuck.
girls are sluts.
That
bro.
is
That
how
shit
you
is
end.
No,
a show.
stop it. I can't stop looking, but it's gross. Oh my god, bro.
Oh my God. You know how beautiful she looked in the beginning? God damn, still
This
beautiful.
is so.
She has a mouthful.
Oh my
God.
can't even look,
Oh
son.
my
I can't even look.
God. Oh,
Who do you think was the worst parent? Joe Jackson, Roy Jones Sr.,
Or the black
Mr.
dude named Trump. The black dude who never bothered changing his name.
Son, blacked, bro. I wish I was blacked out watching that shit. I don't ever want to remember that
Fuck,
again.
dog.
Dude, could you ever make out with Tiana Trump after that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Word?
Absolutely. Oh my God, no, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
Now you
yeah,
could,
yeah,
son.
yeah,
You
Nah,
could.
I do it.
Look at Ed.
I say no when I'm
Bro,
like,
Ed is giggling like a
I
hot
do it.
churro just landed in his hand, son. This motherfucker's so excited, son. Look at this shit.
Man, giddy like he got his papers.
oh my God, yo.
Jesus, man. Get that shit off the screen, fam. I don't even want to
That
watch
shit
that
made my
shit.
stomach turn for
Come
real.
on.
Golly, bro.
Good times. Good times.
All right, let's talk to some Patreons.
All right, let's answer some questions.
Get
Again
some
here.
Patreons, and we getting out of here, yo. Thank y'all so much for supporting what we do.
Tejal Naik asked about the Carson Wentz drama. Do we want to talk about that? You said this. Nick Foles is the crack in the Liberty Bell. And apparently there are players on the Eagles who say Carson Wentz is egotistical. He has been pampered his whole life. The team plays better with Nick Foles. Certain teammates are saying we want Nick Foles. We don't want Carson Wentz. Eagles front office has said repeatedly Wentz is our quarterback.
Those players will not be, excuse me, on the team next year.
Oh, absolutely not. They're
And
probably already not on the team.
Exactly. That's a
Probably
great
on the
point.
way out.
And that's why they're
Oh.
being honest.
Okay.
I think if they want to go with Wentz, that they're going to go with Wentz. That's totally fine.
Do you think they will regret this?
Yes.
I don't think Foles is necessarily a better quarterback,
He's not.
but there is something about Foles running Peterson's offense.
And also, there's something about Foles as a guy.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this. They just play for him. They rally
what it
behind
is?
him. Yeah.
You remember we talked about how Steph Curry, how we think players kind of respect him and fall in line, even though he's not yelling at him because he walks a
He walks
godly
that walk.
walk.
Yeah.
Nick Foles, I think they're both religious, but Nick Foles is like, I mean, this guy married, faithful, religious,
There's something people gotta realize. Like,
big ass dick. Don't use it on nobody but his wife.
big, bro.
Don't use it on nobody but his wife.
People underestimate, especially when you grow up in like a city like New York. People underestimate. Sorry, blow your shot. People underestimate how religious America is. One, especially Black America.
Yep.
So a lot of these guys on football or NBA teams, right? It's like they grew up in the church.
Yep.
This is part of the culture that they're used to. It's, I would imagine, on some level, refreshing that in the midst of all this chaos that is professional sports, right? All these things that your entire life you were being told are wrong, to be out here fucking these hoes, going to these bottles, doing these things that are sinful, etc. There might be something nice about seeing someone like Steph Curry, who's living the life that you were told to live was right. Or even a Nick Foles, who's out there with, he might bring out the Christianity in you, and you're like, you know what? I might be fucking up on Monday or fucking up Sunday night after the game, but the least I could do is play hard
for this
motherfucker who's living the life that I know on some level I should be living.
And I was always under the impression that Wentz was like a good dude, and I'm not saying he's not, but Nick Foles seems so egoless. Like, this guy almost retired. He could have been a backup his whole life and made great money. He was like, nah, he grew up with money. His pops is like a restaurant owner, investor. He's from Austin, Westlake, which is one of the richest cities in Texas, suburbs. But he's cool. He's like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll run my family business. Oh, you want me to come back? Okay, cool. Oh, you going to hit me 8 times? I'll just keep getting up. Him and Breeze went to the same high school. Yeah. He got knocked the fuck around this whole half of the season, it seemed like. Against the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it seemed like. I remember him taking shots.
He'll step in.
Nothing. Unflappable. Whatever.
That's part of the game.
He's a basketball guy. He don't like, I'm just reacting. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, people, they really underestimate it.
I said it a few episodes ago. I'm like, yo, you gotta stick with your hot hand, man. Like, Carson Wentz, as good as he was, he had a great almost MVP season, and he got hurt, and he's been kind of injury prone ever since then. All Nick Foles has done is got you to the playoffs.
Outside of the W's, is there something personality-wise that helps him win?
I think all good quarterback plays personality-wise. Like, there's you could have all the skill in the world, you still have to lead men, and if you don't have like a good personality for that shit, then they'll do what you say, but they're not gonna fucking like you said. Like, I'm not gonna fight for you. I'm not gonna play hard for you. Like, it's a different thing.
Wentz been hurt all 3 years he's been in the league. First year he didn't have a season-ending injury, but last year and this year season-ending injuries.
Yep.
So you're also probably looking at this guy like, you weak, fam. Like, it's a tough game. You can't hold up.
And these motherfuckers, they play hurt every single game.
Yeah. I mean, Wentz had legit injuries, but it's like...
He absolutely did. I'm not knocking. But I think eventually you start going like, fam, like, come on. Like, what, are you brittle? Like, what are you made out of?
And we could get 2, 3 first-round picks for you. 2, probably no problem.
Easy.
3, think that's done. And if you're the Eagles, I'd trade him for 3 first-round picks, and then next year or whatever, if you want another quarterback, a young guy to develop, just
go for it.
First round. Just take a guy that's whatever, a Patrick Mahomes, whatever. Not that you'll get him, but you know what I mean. Mid-round, first-round pick.
Yeah, I think
done.
next year is the big quarterback draft class.
Next year, there's a lot of quarterbacks coming out, but they're all going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And teams are going to trade up and give up a shitload. That's how it always works. Teams are going to trade up if Kyler Murray comes out and probably take him high in the first round. Probably.
Do you think, not this year, then next year, the big quarterback draft, do you think that we're going to see a huge shift in not talent, but like certain franchises' success?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that what happens after a big quarterback draft usually? There's been a few of them.
Yeah. Since
Maybe. I know the Robert Griffin, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson year. Wilson and Luck, Wilson, all 3 of them made the playoffs, all 3 of their teams. And then RG3 fell the fuck off.
Right.
Luck went up and down. Wilson, obviously, he's great. But, like, we might see in a couple years. Usually rookies don't come in and set the league on fire. That was, as much as I wanted the Chiefs to win, I was like, I didn't pick, but I was like, I can't pick against the Patriots. Also, Mahomes, this is his first time doing this.
Right.
Almost nobody does it their first time.
Right.
I mean, and to his credit, still played like somebody who should be in the Super
Balled
Bowl.
out.
Yeah,
Just-
balled
he
out.
just
Balled
couldn't
Rough
get
first
the ball
half
again.
though. Rough first half.
Yeah.
Balled out.
Any more questions?
Yeah, we have a few. One is should Derrick Rose be an All-Star? Another one. Where is it? Paul George question. You remember Paul George question?
Oh, yeah. It
What
was,
would Paul George
yeah.
have been without his injury? Basically, I'll search the name and all that.
honestly, I don't think much
Still
different
in the
than.
Pacers.
You say what?
Still in the Pacers.
Incredibly dope. That's who asked.
Okay.
Where is Paul George's career if he never
I
gets
don't
injured?
think much different. I don't think we're seeing a debilitated Paul George.
No.
I think if anything, and this might be a weird take, but I think if anything, sometimes an injury like that helps a player like Paul George because it forces him, much like Derrick Rose, to work on the parts of his game that he was just so brilliantly athletic that he didn't have to. Like Paul George's game is so smooth. Like I always forget Paul George when we're talking about whose
Forget
game
he's
we'd like to
6'10".
have. Bro, he's so fucking tall. He's
Yeah.
so long. His dribble, he did this move. I wish we could bring it up. I was
I
watching.
think I know what you're talking about with the fillet. The fillet was like, God, let me pull that shit
See
up.
if you
I
can
don't
pull it
know.
up.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy
I
goes,
was just watching it.
he does pump fake, one dribble to the side, in and out, I think behind the back, and then he pulls. But it was like this.
It was
three-
so fucking quick
Look
and
at-
smooth.
Whew. This guy's 6'10".
Yeah, man.
Shouts to Filet, man. So
Triple hat, triple cross.
Triple hat, triple cross.
So-
he's 6'8", 6'9". What? Triple.
all right.
Sorry,
So
Filet.
so it's one of those things where like I often leave him out just because I'm not thinking about him, but like his game is so fucking smooth and effortless. It's not a speed game. Like he's not blowing by guys with speed. It's raw footwork.
You gotta remember.
It's like length. His
Yeah.
3-point shot has gotten better. It's
and he
like
plays D.
Also,
fucking lock
And he plays
still.
D.
Like I
Yeah.
love this dude,
People
man.
gotta remember. People forget they were this close from knocking out the Heat, from them getting their first title.
Right.
They were that close. They played them better than any
were up
team
3-2?
played them that year. They were. I think they were up 3-2.
I think there are
I think it
3-2 or
went
2-1. I
7.
don't remember. But
And Paul George was outplaying LeBron James for certain stretches of that run.
also, just to be Indian and make it medical, a broken bone heals back stronger. Paul George had
So
a
it's
complex fracture of his bone where it like sticks the fuck out, but it grows back stronger, the bone. Ligaments don't. That's why Derrick Rose is fucked. It's a lot of ligament injuries. Ligament tears don't necessarily grow back stronger. You can get them back strong,
Right.
but a bone heals back stronger. That grows back,
So
heals
a
back.
broken bone is almost better than even a sprained ankle, because my understanding is when you sprain an ankle, you stretch those
Yes.
ligaments. It's like rubber bands where if you overstretch,
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
really.
They don't
they
really
lose
get
their
back.
elasticity.
They're
Yeah.
liable to get sprained more often.
If you
Yes.
had a sprain that kept you out 6 weeks or a broken something that kept you out 6 weeks,
You
the
want
break
broke.
would be what I'd prefer because that will heal, come back stronger.
So then maybe that's it. Maybe we're seeing the exact same Paul George, but maybe an improved version because he worked on these intangible parts of his game so he could succeed.
That honestly, yeah, that makes a lot of
But I
sense.
fucking love his game. And I love him playing off of Westbrook, to be honest, because he was never. I don't think he wanted to carry. I don't think he ever was that alpha guy. I think he had to in Indiana.
Shouts to him for having the self-awareness to realize it, to just be like, no, that's not me. I don't want that.
And he can shoot whenever he wants. He has green light in that offense. But he just knows, like, yo, the pressure's going to be on Westbrook. He's going to be doing all that yelling and all this kind of shit. Let me just go get buckets. End of the game, ball coming to me.
Yep. 2 more questions. This one is from Pulp Greyjoy. How wide is the asshole of Seth MacFarlane in your opinion? I personally fucks with him, but is he considered a comedian? May Soulja Boy continue to bless you. And this, I think, is in response to
Them taking the gay jokes out
Family
of,
Guy's not doing gay jokes anymore.
Yeah. Oh god.
I mean, what this says to me is...
South Park won.
Yo,
I mean,
real
South Park
fucking
won.
talk, bro.
South Park needs to do an all-gay joke episode.
Yes.
That'd be
Fuck that
fantastic.
shit.
Show them how it's done. I think it's corny, and I'm trying to think of the best case scenario, right?
You're doing nothing but babying people
Yes.
when you're like, oh, we're not gonna make fun of you. We'll still make fun of everybody else, but we'll stop making fun of you.
Oh, it's disrespectful.
Because you can't take it.
I think my
if I was like a gay dude, I'd be disrespected. I'm
my
like, really?
tweet about it was
Don't
something
pity me.
like, you know, what's the more offensive than a gay joke is believing a whole group of people can't take a joke. That I would be very offended.
Yo, if we're playing basketball, I'm 5'7". You guys are 6'4", 6'2". You're also probably quicker and definitely stronger, better in every way. But if you were like, hey, let Akaash get some points. I'd be like, are you out of your fucking mind?
baby
Would you
me,
fucking
dog.
dare?
Yeah.
I would much rather get 0 points.
Yeah, trying your hardest.
I don't even want to get inside the key if that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me inside the 3-point line. Fine, but don't baby me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Great point.
Yeah, that's real disappointing in Family Guy because I like Family Guy a lot. But
Yeah, it's just like do the fucking joke. It's
Do the
pussy,
fucking
but
joke, yeah.
and so here's the thing. One way to look at it is, Seth MacFarlane is just trying to keep the bag going, right? And it's kind of
Everybody
corny
knows it.
because he's probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's
least.
like, how much money do you fucking need, bro? That shit is disgusting at a certain point in time. The other one is, I'm trying to assume the best of this man is that he don't care about the money, but he knows that a lot of people are employed by said show, and he'd rather the show not get kicked off the air for a
Fair
gay
enough.
joke,
That's- yeah,
so these
hopefully that's
people
right.
can keep their job. That's me hoping the best for Seth.
Do you remember what Patrice said about him at the William Shatner roast?
Bro, that shit was so...
So smart.
Say it.
Patrice, first of all, it's this amazing moment where, like, apparently he didn't realize how ruthless the roasts have gotten, and everybody's talking about him, how fat he is, and he's dying at this point. He's got diabetes. He knows what's going on. So he looks at his notes and he's like, nah, and then he puts him down, and then he just starts going in on everyone with like real shit. And he says to Seth, my problem with you is all your stuff now, there's just too much Seth. It's like you're jealous of your own creation. And he said basically Hanna-Barbera, apparently Hannah said to Barbera, Hannah said I'm bigger than Yogi Bear or whoever, and Barbera slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he said you need a Barbera.
You're not bigger than the cartoon.
Yeah.
You're not bigger than the cartoon. And then he goes, also, you're gay. Just admit you're gay. He's like, no straight guy knows that many show tunes. So, like, it was a great, like, on point thing that he said,
Yeah.
and then just a great little fun, goofy
That
tag.
I also believe. But
1,000%.
that's all Seth really got to do. I'm gay. I'm making gay jokes.
Yeah.
But I just thought you're jealous of your own creation. I've always remembered that. And then Seth MacFarlane came out with that movie, Million Ways to Die in the West, or whatever. Now he's got a TV show about him being in space.
yeah,
And it's like,
Orville,
yo, stop
Orville,
it, bro.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, of course.
I
It's
tried
going
to
to be
watch
horrible.
This is so bad.
Because everything he's in is trash.
Yeah.
Everything he's not in
Yeah.
is great.
Some people don't realize what their skills are, man. Not everybody's a star. Not everybody has that gravitational force towards them. It's just the reality. I know people, and I would never tell them that because you got one life to live, so do whatever you want with it. But, like, some people, their skill set is producing, and they can produce these things that are absolutely fucking incredible. Like, Scorsese maybe realizes, hey, I'm not good in front of the camera. Put me behind that motherfucker,
Yeah.
and you're going to get some art. And it's like, I respect Seth going, no, I really want to be in front of it. I really want this. But on some level, I'm like, why do you want it? Why do you need
Ego.
people to validate you so much? Like,
Ego.
you can already get the reservation at all the restaurants. You 50 years old. You need to fuck pussy, more pussy. Like, what do you need? What do you need at this point? I don't understand.
Even if he
these
put himself
people.
in one, just so everybody could say, somebody's theory on the nightly show with what's his name that did it, the black dude, Larry Wilmore, was like, I think Larry just did it so people would finally know who he was.
Because Larry had produced so many. He's a legend.
Bernie Mac show.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So many fucking
Facts.
shows you love.
Legend.
The PJs. Like, he was behind so many things.
And then we find out why he's behind them.
yes.
Because
But,
that's his skill.
yeah, and
is
maybe,
behind
but
them.
maybe he was like, you know what? I just want to go into the restaurant. Motherfuckers actually recognize me. So give me this show for a year. I'm going to do it. I'm not good at it. Whatever. I'm out. My friend... A friend of ours.
Insecure too,
Sorry,
right?
A friend of ours said, yeah, he did
Insecure.
Insecure too.
Yeah.
A friend of ours said, I think that's why he did it, and that guy knows Larry a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry didn't tell him that, but that's his theory, and I believe that. I could handle that from Seth MacFarlane. But this shit is like, bruh, it's enough.
I guess my feeling is like, that goes back to that like ungrateful shit I was saying with like the girlfriend. Not the
Yeah,
girlfriend,
yeah.
but like the girl,
Yeah.
like
Always wanting something more.
always wanted something more. It's like if that's the line of thinking that you're in, and I've been in that line of thinking,
Yeah.
right? I've been in that line of thinking of my career, not being grateful for what I have, right? This incredible, well, now I'm incredibly grateful, but like not being grateful, just always looking at what I don't have and focusing on what I don't have.
Mhm.
If that is your line of thinking, you'll always be miserable because
Yeah.
once you get there, there's something that you're missing.
Right.
It's like Jay-Z right now wants to be the first billionaire
Right.
or the hip-hop billionaire or something like that, right? And it's like, I would just love to sit down with Jay and be like, all right, so you're the first, so you're a billionaire. That was your goal, to be a billionaire, right? Now you're a billionaire. Congrats. You are the poorest billionaire. And the second he makes that billion, he's going to realize this was dumb. Why
I
the
don't think he'll
fuck?
think that.
No, because he's gonna realize his happiness changed in no way,
Yeah.
and that being a billionaire was a feat that he wanted to accomplish for other people's validation. And it's like at a certain point
No,
in
I
time,
don't think so.
what for yourself,
I mean, for his family. If you listen to 444, he breaks it down.
fam?
Very,
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Anything you can do with 500 million, you can do with $1 billion.
No.
Yes.
Not generational wealth. Not making sure your kids' are good. Not making.
That's
Yeah.
on
that
them.
shit.
500 million. My
500
kids'
million.
kids are good.
Everybody's good. They've
If my
not
kids spend $500 million, I'll beat the fuck out of them.
facts,
500 million you spend, you dumb motherfucker.
bro. If you
You
worried
put
about
a man 500 million.
son, you worried about your kids,
I'll let them
kids,
figure it
kids.
out. I'll
Nah.
let them figure it out.
I'm just saying, like, if you worry about your kids, whatever, then fly coach.
Nah, but you gotta understand.
There you go,
motherfucker-
boom, kids, already worked out.
If you're breaking the poverty curse of your family, like it's your duty to make as much money as possible.
You broke the poverty curse at 500 million.
I think he.
Great. It's still your responsibility to make as much money as possible.
I think 444 showed his evolution that he's like, this isn't everything anymore. Before it was, I don't give a fuck who I step on. 444, first time I ever heard Jay-Z have remorse about anything.
Yeah.
But I also think maybe there's something to be said for showing young black. If you're a black dude who wants to impact black youth positively, and
how
you
you
feel
do
like
it.
you didn't for a long time, you can say, "Let me show you this can be done." Something like that.
Yo, great. What I'm trying to tell him is, all right, let's assume the best. Let's assume he's doing it purely for his family, and he's trying to acquire so much wealth that even if his family's complete nincompoops and they have no business sense whatsoever, they won't be able to take that wealth and make it into more wealth, etc. That they'll be fine. Let's assume the absolute best. Sure, that's fine. But if he's doing it and he's motivated by selfish reasons, what I'm trying to say is it won't bring you happiness, man. And like, who the fuck am I to tell Jay-Z anything? I'm nobody to tell Jay-Z anything. But I'm somebody that in my career has experienced
I'm sure
wanting
other
more
things,
and just wanting more and thinking that was going to validate me, and then getting and realizing, oh no, the validation comes from the creation. The validation comes from like making
But
the
he's
podcast.
not actually. He's a creative though.
Oh,
Like, I don't
absolutely.
I don't think like you saying like congratulations, you're the world's poorest billionaire. I don't think that bothers him because the way he became a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people either inherit it, a lot of people.
That is a
have,
crazy arc. Crack dealer to billionaire.
Exactly.
That's a crazy arc.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not something that happens a lot.
Sure.
A fucking Warren Buffett, a fucking Richie Branson, like all these motherfuckers, those guys, Mark Cuban, those stories happen every day.
Not every day.
No, not every day at all. There's
Those
like
made-
Those stories happen more often than
100 people are billionaires. And first of all, there's been a lot of people
Crack
that
dealers turned to rapper turned.
have you heard of the Kennedys?
That's very true.
They sold opium.
They had no bars though. They didn't spit no fire, man.
They did get shot,
That's true.
but
And they didn't have bitches.
they
so.
did have bitches. There are some something like that. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if like, there's so much value in, and you don't get this until you have what you thought you wanted. And then you realize that like the value is in the creation, the value is in the process, the value is in doing this, and it really changes everything. And I think certain people get it, and I think others don't. But it's just a weird thing to aspire to have, that mark. Because what is $1 billion? $1 billion is not $1 billion pounds in English money. It's just a made up number, right?
Right.
You want to be a billionaire? Change all your money to Thai money.
Right.
You're already a billion. It's like the number amount is completely made up. Matter of fact, the amount of money that he has, what that money would be worth 100 years ago, he's already way more than $1 billion. Like,
Of course.
you know what I mean? So it's like it's just so arbitrary. I
don't know,
guess I just think it's silly.
Some people need the fucking the
carrot.
the carrot in front of their nose. It's
We,
like, fuck,
you know
gotta
what?
get
We all
that.
do. We all need distraction. We all need to find ways to distract ourselves.
No, he wasn't even saying distraction. He's saying a motivator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think every one of us has that one thing where it's like
Purpose.
on the fucking bulletin board, and I'm like, I need to get that,
I think
and I'll feel.
I think that is. I think most people go through life with that. Like they put the carrot or they have the purpose, right? And I think that if people are really smart, they find ways that give themselves purpose and a thing that they can chase for their whole life, right? And I think the next level to that game, like the first level to the game, is just like figuring out, get a job and be happy. Second level of the game is like, let me find my purpose.
Right.
A carrot that's sustained there that I can wake up every single day and go for. And I think the third level of the game is going, I'm going to just enjoy and be grateful for what I have, and then I'm going to use all these things that I enjoy as distraction. So instead of making a fake carrot, like I have a friend who loves animals, but it's just a carrot. She's like, I want to save all the animals. She's smart. She knows that you can't do that. So there's always going to be a carrot.
Right.
Right,
We
there's-
discussed this on the podcast already.
Was that?
Yeah.
With Whitney, right?
Whitney, yeah.
And it's like the next level, I think, to that shit is just going, you know what I love talking shit with my boys. Right? This doesn't have to be a carrot that I'm talking shit. I actually love the process of talking shit and falling in love with every process that you're doing. And now you're not tricking yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now you don't feel shitty when the carrot's still there and you're not there.
Yeah.
Or you don't feel purposeless when you actually get the carrot. It's everything that you do is eating a carrot.
Right.
Why do we put a carrot? Why not something delicious? Why is that
Carrots
the...
are delicious, bro.
Oh, horses
Some
like
animal,
carrots.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot this was a horse metaphor. I was like, who's working that
Yeah,
hard
you
for
was
a
some animal
fucking
shit.
carrot?
The guy just has a hat on with a carrot in front of his face. Like, I just really like carrots, bro.
Last question. This is Brian Gwynn. This is actually a friend of mine, Captain. I think he might be the highest giving patron. Anyway, he's the guy
Shouts
that,
to Brian.
Shouts
yo.
to
he's
Brian,
the guy
bro.
that had the. I know he was at one point highest, but he's the guy that had the wide receiver theory that I. Like he was the one. Anyway, he asked an interesting question. What would it take for you to stop being a fan of your favorite team? Andrew and Kaz, the Knicks, and me, the Cowboys. What would it take for you to stop being a fan? Is there a scandal? Is there an amount of money? Is there something? Anything that would make you say, you know what? Fuck them.
No.
Not even in my heart.
Oh,
will I root.
an amount of money that they would give me?
Sure.
Yeah, I can figure something out. I can figure something out.
I mean, the reason why I'm a Knicks
If
fan.
R. Kelly bought the Knicks, Kaz, are you still a Knicks fan?
Hell yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's like.
Hell yeah. I'm
like
gonna watch
my
those games
reasons
where they
for
let
a
the
Kni-
kids play at halftime.
Yeah, like-
I'm gonna watch them right next to Rob.
My reasons for being a Knicks fan have nothing to do with the ownership. My reasons for being a Knicks fan is I'm a New Yorker, and that's what
Exactly.
you do.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like unless I'm like not a New Yorker anymore, or like they moved the team to like fucking Albuquerque or some shit. Like
Y'all enjoy watching. See, I hate watching the losses so much. Brian and I actually always joke about the Cowboys. We're like abused girlfriends, where we're like,
Right.
yo, it's gonna change, it's gonna be different, or I'm gonna leave, and then it's never different, and we never leave. Every
Yeah.
year, I'm just like, no, give him another chance. Hold on.
yeah, that's literally what it is. There's nothing.
So at a certain point, the logical part of me is like, why do you do this to yourself? You torture yourself
Yes.
for 10 months a year.
It's just like
it makes,
love, bro.
It makes no sense.
It's just like love.
and it has nothing to do like the reason we like the Knicks is just because we were born here. We didn't choose to be born
Right.
here. Nothing. It is a stupid loyalty
It's
that we
so
have.
weird.
We're
But
rooting for laundry.
We're rooting
Like,
for
that's
fucking
all it
laundry,
is.
and we're rooting for a city that we didn't choose to live in. We were placed here
Yeah.
by our parents, right? They burdened us with being Knick fans, pieces of shit. So, but then again, when you're pot committed, I think that's the term in poker.
Yeah.
When you spent this long rooting for a team, it's
There's
gonna
no-
make
there's
it
no way
so
out.
sweet.
It's a
once
part
it's
of
out.
you.
Like what makes it so sweet is the little victories even mean that much more because the one day when that great victory, like if the Knicks
Jesus.
ever win a championship, in my lifetime, when the Knicks win a championship in my lifetime, Like, I'm fucking-
if.
I'm terrified of what I do to myself when the Knicks win a championship. Like I
You
get
gonna
like
black
I got
yourself?
I got blackout drunk when we draft well. like when the Government knocks out a good summer league game, I'm like, this is it. This is it. We're going. You know what I mean? Like, don't let us. If the Knicks win the draft lottery this year, I'm throwing a party. I'm getting fucking shit faced. Like
I'm coming.
If we throw them ping pong balls and the Knicks come up number one,
I'm gonna eat all
and
your.
Zion is sitting there like, I
Bro.
guess going to.
I'm gonna eat all the food you bought with your WWE
no.
checks. I'm gonna be salty y'all won. I would like to see though, because the Mavs are definitely the second or third favorite team in Dallas, even second probably, but like them winning a finals alleviated so much. Like, I still retweet. Somebody tweeted at me. I retweeted some Dirk highlights from that playoffs, and he was like, let it go, bro. And I was like, yo.
Never.
I never will, and this is why I'm not as obnoxious as Kaz and Andrew. Because I got there. And I knew. That's all I can ask for in my lifetime is I got there, and I'm good forever.
Let me tell you
On
something.
is one, yo.
Don't let us win a championship. Don't let
Part
the
of-
Knicks. Don't let the Knicks win a championship because we are already too cocky. New Yorkers already think we're the shit. But let us have a championship to back it up.
A basketball championship in a basketball city.
I mean,
God damn it.
none of us grew up playing baseball. Ain't no room for baseball.
You don't get good football players out of New York.
Of course not.
That shit don't happen.
They work at Avenue. Right? You get the best bouncers. We make some good bouncers over here. We'll make someone who goes to the combine.
Bouncers. All the good football players go to Jersey.
Y'all don't even really get great basketball players. Kemba Walker's really good, but that's it for a long
Bamba.
time.
Harlem.
Oh, Mobamba, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope he's good.
ballers.
We
We
got
got some
movers.
ballers.
But
Come on
football
now.
players not really. Baseball
Stephon
players-
Marbury.
Yeah.
yeah.
Marbury was legit.
Kenny
Marbury
Anderson.
hooped. Kenny.
Sebastian
Motherfucking-
Telfair.
Seabass. Come
Yeah.
on. Bassy.
Lance Stevenson. Make him dance, Lance.
Make him
Brooklyn, New
dance.
York.
Lance.
Yeah.
Ron Artest.
Yeah,
The
remember?
champion.
All these guys are New Yorkers through and through. It's like obvious in their style of play.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why, like, even they would be happy. Like, they
Son.
play for some other team. Like, if they weren't like playing the Knicks in the finals,
Michael Jordan.
that's another one.
New Yorker.
Born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
Yeah, then
New
they got
York.
the fuck out of there.
Son, all greats come from New York.
Yes, sir.
Melo.
Tupac, your West Coast savior. Where the fuck you think he from?
Mm,
Yay, yay.
not here.
East Coast though.
Harlem.
Where's he from? Where was he born?
Baltimore. I
He
thought
was born. I thought it was
Well, he
Baltimore
was
too.
living in Harlem. Well, I don't know. Oh, he lived in New York. No, I think I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
From
It's
New
East
York.
Coast.
Whatever.
He from New York
You know
too.
y'all East Coast?
Yeah, we're East Coast. Okay, so
There's nothing that could be done to make you not an expert. How much money?
I mean, look, I'm gonna sit here and tell you guys that nothing could be done. But if somebody's got a check for $1 billion, no. But if somebody's got a
$3 million.
stupid- and I can never like the Knicks again.
Or you just can't watch them. You can't read their stories. Like you just completely
Oh.
disconnected.
I could definitely do that. That's different.
Like never, even if they get good.
I don't care about the stories, nothing. But if they win, I don't even have to watch the game. I can just rejoice.
I can
No,
still
you
celebrate.
can't know.
Oh no, my friend. I love these Knicks. We
$10
not
million.
doing that. This really feels like the "Would you suck a dick" question.
It's
That's
exactly
what it
that.
does. That's exactly what it is.
I would rather suck the dick, man. Like if it was like at 10 million. No, I'm not sucking a dick for 10 million, but at 10 million,
Would you suck a dick if the Knicks won a championship?
would I suck the dick for the Knicks to win a championship? No. I'll tell you why. Because it wouldn't be earned.
That's
So
true.
if God comes
Very
down and
true.
says you got two options.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
you could never know
God comes out,
anything.
no questions
You
asked.
can never
it's
know
God.
anything
It's like,
about the Knicks ever again.
Okay.
You don't know if they won. You don't know if they lost. You can't rejoice. You
Okay.
can't do anything. No watching. No nothing.
Yeah.
Or you could get blacked. Straight up, Tiana Trump. What you choose?
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to ask or suck a dick, and I was going to use blacked, but you used the punchline already. But yeah.
I actually did get there first this
Yeah,
time.
you did. Very good, very funny. So it threw me out. Now, so the question is, would I rather do the
God says you got to choose one of those. These are your
Okay.
options.
get blacked or
Give up the Knicks completely. You don't know what's going on. Nothing. Completely ignorant of the Knicks.
so I have to like kiss another person with my cum
You have to snowball.
You have to swap.
or someone else's cum.
That's what it's called.
Even the
snowballing?
thought of it made me want
Thank
to
you.
vomit.
Thank you for
Even the
finding
thought of
term.
it made me want to vomit.
Bro,
Hey,
and then
real
I
talk.
can't-
Fuck
yeah.
the Cowboys. It's a wrap, bruh.
10 million.
No, I can't do it. The
10 million. I'm out. I put in 29 good years of fandom.
Notice he ain't saying
Somebody's
nothing
giving
about
me-
not getting black though.
Bro,
10 million, I'm out. I've given 29 great years of Knicks fandom, and someone's gonna pay me. But hey, listen, here's $10 million. Just leave us alone. Let me know what happens. Give me the money. I'm out. Yo.
God, man, I can't do that sperm shit. That shit is so
That
gross,
shit is
dog.
gross.
It's so gross.
Please make
bro.
sure you black that shit out.
It's not
It's
on.
not
it.
on the screen.
Oh
He
my
was doing
God.
the other shots, but it's just so repulsive.
It
dude.
makes me
Like,
want to vomit. It makes my stomach turn.
Mm.
I can't
Know
believe I've
what
done that.
That's called. That was called teamwork.
They were
That's
really
what the fuck that was.
working. That was fucking.
That's a
chemistry,
sport I don't
bro.
want to watch though. That's like teamwork in
Oh.
curling or some shit. Y'all can have that. I don't need to see
my
it.
God, son. That shit was just.
Ugh.
Yeah, man, I don't ever want to do that, Akaash.
So you
This
give
is
up the
very
Knicks?
difficult.
So you give up the Knicks?
But here's the thing. How about this?
Porzingis on the
No,
float,
no.
bro.
Here's the thing.
Porzingis
Here's the
on the
thing.
float.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I got an idea. Okay. Do I know that they did win a championship? I could do that. I could live
Ignorantly?
ignorantly. That'd be easy for me. I could live ignorantly.
Okay, what if you know and you can't rejoice?
Woo.
Yo.
Who's come? Is it a blacked?
Oh, it's a black.
It's a blacked.
It's Kaz.
Oh, no way, dude.
No way, bro.
You wouldn't?
Fuck, I'm not. No, I'm not with your fucking bro. Oh, I just got fucking disgust, dude. I've never seen him eat anything healthy. It's always street meat or some shit like that. There's no way.
So that's what's holding you back from
Yeah,
sucking
the
that
diet,
Kaz's dick?
bro. No, it's the diet. If he came in here with fucking pitaya bowls every single day, yeah, maybe we could work around that. If you got some acai nut, I could
Man,
figure that shit
pineapple.
out. Exactly.
I'm not even gonna front. I'm high key insulted right now.
You could be insulted, son. I'm not,
mad
definitely not
insulted.
doing that black shit.
You would
Get the
not
fuck outta here.
swap my cum.
Son. No, son.
What?
Fuck out of here,
I thought
bro.
it was cool, bro.
Specifically not yours. At least Akaash is kosher.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know,
I
but
don't eat
like,
no fucking Muslim food.
bro, not even, dog. Health, the fuck to no.
Let's get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, let's
One
wrap
day.
this up, man. Oh man, dude, that was disgusting. I haven't even answered the questions.
Knock down, Chacon. Nah, that was too tough, PG. Bring that back. Dribble hat, dribble cross. Come here. Knock down, Chacon. One more time.
Yeah, we got to get him to do the black ending. Swap, spit a rope back in her mouth. Gargle, 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 reverse, sham god, spit a rope back in her mouth. You've been blacked. All right, it's Flagrant 2 Patreon, man. Keep it tight. Thanks for supporting us. Peace.
We out.